What a beautiful day for baseball on this Saturday afternoon. The Mean Green Machine is in town as the Guelph Royals and Welland Jackfish duke it out in a battle between the top two teams in the IBL. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Mark Perry alongside Neil Srivastava between the top two teams Guelph Royals in the IBL. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Mark Perry alongside Neil Srivastava between the top two teams Guelph Royals in the IBL. Apologies for the technical difficulties there. The Guelph Royals 6-2 on the regular season against the Welland Jackfish 9-3. Neil, case for the Welland Jackfish, winners of 6 straight ball games. They were 3-3. They've rallied off 6 straight games. You know, what's working for them?
Well, it just feels like it was a deja vu to go back to last year. They started off slow, and then they just got on that roll again. And once they got rolling, it's just teams just got in their wake, and they go rolling off a 6-game winning streak again. It's just everything seems to be firing from them. They're getting great starting pitching. They're getting great offense. Robert Mullen's coming back and hitting everything else. What can you say about Steve Morello as well, just having a crazy season once again?
They're reminding me of another green machine in this province in the London Knights, where at the beginning of a season, you know, you start to see some of those early struggles. And the second you start doubting them, all of a sudden they pick it right back up and say, hey, don't forget, we won the championship.
Well, exactly. They're the only team in the last two seasons they've won 62 regular season home games, with 62 regular season games total.
For the Guelph Royals, what's the story on them? Winners of, well, they won last night against Brantford. They've won 2 of their last 3 games, 6-2 on the year.
Yeah. And, of course, the Brantford Red Sox, for some reason, have got the Guelph Royals number. They play them extremely tough. I don't know what's going on down there, but the Red Sox have definitely figured out the Royals number as far as everything else and just keeping very tight ball games.
Of course, in that game, they were down 2-1, and they scored singles in the 7th and 8th to take the lead, and they took it the rest of the way to pick up that 3-2 victory. How did Dino feel about that game? Of course, he was not on the bench last night, serving a 1-game suspension along with Josh Garton for an incident from last Tuesday here in this ballpark against Toronto. Let's see what Dino feels about that contest last night and going into today's game.
All right, Dino, today a big test. It's a 1 versus 2, Guelph versus Welland. What can we expect here today?
I think, first of all, you're going to see great pitching. Well, 2 best pitching staffs, I believe, in the league. Welland's the defending champions. I think they're even tougher this year than they were last year. So it's going to be a real test for us, especially coming off a big win last night. I'm excited to see what we have as far as our ability to compete at this level with these guys and give them a good run, especially protecting our house here before playing in a really tough place in Welland tomorrow.
Now, I've seen myself Brantford play a few times. What did you guys learn about Brantford last night? And I guess as well, how did it feel, obviously, to get the win and rebound from that tough loss against Toronto last week?
I think the thing I saw last night, and I had a pretty passionate conversation with the guys after the game, I thought it was a huge win for us. And you say, okay, you beat a team that's 3-7, but just the way that we did and how shorthanded we were last night, everybody stepped up and did their job. I thought our pitching again was outstanding, and we got the key hit when we had to at the end. Well, it's going to be like the CFL here. I mean, we need name tags to introduce some of these players to the fans, but we have some really talented young junior players that are called up. Owen Ellis is a Guelph Silver Creek player. He'll be starting today in right field. Mark Nellis has done a great job for us being up, but he's another junior age guy. But also a guy, Keon Moseni. He's a good hitter. He's just finished his sophomore year in California. He can play defense. He had some great at-bats last night, made every defensive play. So we're athletic. We got great energy from these young guys. JD Del Rosario behind the plate is a guy that does a great job behind the plate as far as his hands are concerned. So I think fans are going to be treated to some really, really talented young guys and see what the future of the Guelph Royals looks like.
Now, the other thing I wanted to mention was you took a little bit of your time this morning to talk to some of the younger generation here in Guelph.
Yeah.
Maybe just take me through that clinic and just everything that the knowledge and how important it is to pass that knowledge along.
It's kind of hard to teach guys how to pitch in 1 hour, but These are 10-year-olds that represent Guelph. Everybody wearing a Royals jersey was nice to see. We had about 60 kids out here, and we love giving back to the community. It's one of the things that we enjoy about being here. And so it was a pitching clinic today, and they were great. It's always fun for me to be able to pass on any knowledge I have. Those who couldn't do coach now, and I was a perfect example. I was a terrible player. So, but if I could make an impact on one guy, it'd be a worthwhile exhibition.
Speaking of pitching clinics, Jacob Cush on the mound.
Well, that's a great way to describe it. He's put on a clinic so far this year. Again, his biggest test today, I think. This team is rolling. They've won 7 in a row, I believe. They're 9-3, so they're a half game ahead of us. And then top to bottom, they can hit. They brought guys in from all over Canada. Have one of the best offensive catchers in Robert Mullen behind the plate. So you can't give any free passes. You can't give any extra bases. They're very aggressive. They steal at every opportunity. So it's going to be a real test for Jacob to battle through this.
All right, all the best today.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And again, that was Dino Ramel, the field manager, who's a man of the people apparently, getting a little bit of an applause as the lineup cards were brought to the umpires. We're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, we got baseball for you here at Hastings.
Heard you looking for a hero. Well, look up. Yeah, I got the heart of a champion. If I get knocked down, I get back up. I got the heart of a champion. If I get knocked down, I get back up.
National anthem has been played. The umpires are taking their positions. We are set for some baseball. The Welland Jackfish and the Guelph Royals. Starting on the mound today for the Guelph Royals, it is the local boy, Jacob Cush. Of course, he was part of that clinic that we had down the third baseline for all the youngsters before today's contest. Neil, what do we know about Jacob Cush coming into today's game?
16 innings pitched in 3 appearances so far. He's got a 1-0 record. His ERA is microscopic, 0.56, 22 strikeouts on the year. Just allowed the 1 extra base hit so far.
Of course, Guelph as a pitching staff, the best ERA in the IBL, a minuscule 2.38. And then, of course, when you look at Cush, his last start, of course, came back on Saturday, actually, against the Toronto Maple Leafs. He went 6 innings in that one, struck out 8, walked 4, gave up 3 hits, and just the 1 earned run. And that's going to be key here today, is to cut down on the runs from the Welland Jackfish. And more importantly, keep them off the base path altogether. We know that they know how to steal bases.
They definitely do. They lead the league in stolen bases, which is no surprise. Brian Esri loves to use the running game as often as possible, get guys in scoring position and make the defense do some work here.
So let's take a look now at 1 through 9 for the Welland Jackfish. It'll start off at the top of the order with Dawson Tweet. Jake Sanford will also slot in, making his second appearance as a member of the Jackfish since signing. Steve Moretto, Robert Muller. Or Mullen.
Yeah.
We have Muller written on the screen. My apologies. Mateo Porcelato, Brandon Houpe, Tyler Dupuis, Grayson Barrett, Ethan Hunt as well. And, I mean, that's a pretty deadly 1 through 9.
Well, exactly. And they got Brandon Marklin on the hill as well today, so it's going to be a very difficult task for the Royals to get the bats going as well.
So again, just getting started here. Some of the in-house festivities. It's Father's Day weekend, of course. Saw Jacob Cush's father come out and deliver the ceremonial first pitch before we got started here today. And now the younger Cush, the Guelph native, taking to the mound, of course, wearing their home whites. Welland Jackfish wearing some very snazzy jerseys, if I do say so myself. The greens down the third baseline there, looking very sharp.
Definitely going to have to get one of those for the man cave, or I guess the man office when we move in a couple of weeks here. So, yeah, definitely some Jackfish merch. You got some Chatham Kent stuff coming. I got some Cardinal stuff. Of course, you got some Royals gear. So it's starting to accessorize out here.
So again, the records 9-3 on the year for the Jackfish, for the Guelph Royals, 6-2 on the season. As you see again there's Jacob Cush just getting in his warm-up pitches. JD Rosario will be behind the dish as well as we take a look now at 1 through 9. On the defensive end of things for the Guelph Royals, you have Mark Nellis, J.D. Williams, and Ellis out in right field.
Yep, Owen Ellis making the start, the former Griffin, former Guelph Silver Creek. Actually, I think he's still with the Silver Creeks this year. I think he's last year's junior.
Yeah, and then, of course, you take a look in the infield. Mosani, LaRue, Ohashi, and Garton going from left to right. And as mentioned, Rosario in behind the plate. We're set for some baseball here on a Saturday afternoon. Glad you can join us on the Guelph Royals YouTube page.
And Dawson Tweet steps in.
See what we got here.
Tweet batting .351 on the season so far. Takes ball one high from Cush, and we're underway.
That was a great pitch there. Just missing high. 106 your first pitch.
A little bit later than we want to be, but that's okay.
Exactly. It's Father's Day.
Yep.
Giving them the extra couple minutes. And that one just to the outside, just missing. Make it 2-0.
Of course, Jacob Cush warm up a little bit delayed as he had to go throw out the opening, or catch the opening pitch from his father.
The delivery is going to be fouled off. Make it 2-1. Of course, Dawson Tweet from Russell, Manitoba. That one's inside for a ball, 3-1. The fans did not like that.
Yep.
Dean Oberle, your home plate umpire. He is the crew chief here this afternoon. Joel Goom over at first, and Daniel Newell over at third. And that one's fouled off. Make it a full count here. Be interesting to see how aggressive Tweed is here. And again, just putting barrel to the bat, just trying to stay alive here. The 3-2 swing, and he got a piece of it.
Got enough with the stay alive there, but definitely Rosario trying to get that ball in the outer half of that situation.
And how interesting is this, too, when you think about a guy that you're not used to in behind the plate? How does that play into this dynamic?
Well, exactly. He probably just caught the bullpen, and it's probably just getting used to his pitch selection.
When knocked over to second, Ohashi gets it in front of the grass, and he'll get the 4-3, the grounder, and there's one away.
We're about to bring up Jake Sanford, the former New York Yankee prospect. When he was signed by the Yankees, he got the opportunity to talk to not only Stanton, but, of course, a guy named Judge. You know that? That was the first two guys that welcomed me officially to the Yankees. They were doing some rehab assignments down in Florida. And, of course, Sanford and everything else had some off-field problems and everything else. Hopefully the young man has sorted all those out now and is trying to get back to baseball.
There's a swing and a miss for strike one, and that's the thing, too. I mean, he was drafted in the third round. I mean, that is a very high draft pick. Most third-rounders end up making it to the major leagues in some form or another. Chopper, an excuse me kind of swing, and that one's going to go in behind home plate, make it 0-2. Of course, as mentioned, 2019 third-rounder, made it to high A ball back in 2021. Of course, minor league baseball, they kind of had a little bit of an issue with the pandemic.
They definitely did.
The 0-2 Gets a piece all the way to left field. Nellis gets underneath it, and he'll make the catch.
Now brings up the ever dangerous Steven Moretto. Moretto on a tear, leads the league with home runs, 6, 15 RBIs on the season, and I think this guy could break 20 this year if he keeps hitting the way that he's been hitting.
Hey, you said it. 6 home runs, tied for first in that category. 15 ribbies, is top of the league right now. 11 of his 14 hits this year have gone for extra bases, either a double or a home run. Does not have a triple to his credit yet. And I key in on that and say yet.
Yep.
Depends on the ballpark you're in as he takes one outside
this
for
one's
ball
got some
one.
deep power alleys, so definitely if he was to hit it in the gap here, it could be potentially for a triple anytime.
Yeah, it's not impossible to hit a triple in this ballpark. Swing and a miss. Of course, Moretto in his second IBL season was the runner-up for Rookie of the Year honors to, of course, Matt Fabian in Brantford. That one's well inside. Moretto had to get out of the way there. There's another BC native on this team. Jackfish have gotten a number of players from the West Coast as that one is put up high. Playable here in foul territory, but it's going to go away from everybody and out of play. Not playable ball there.
Just a long strike, and Moretto has a 2-2 count on him now.
And I'm really liking what I'm pretty sure the Royals heard me.
Yep.
Because I had mentioned the on-deck circles, that there wasn't really any there.
Yep.
What's painted?
Well, even look at
On-deck circles. That was the second thing I was going to point out. They have the line over there as well to mark out of play. They don't have it down the third base line, though, but
hey, it's progress.
It is progress. The 2-2 into the dirt.
And that might have just been the city staff not realizing, oh, yeah, we got to put one on this side, too.
Yeah, it's all about just knowing where the field of play is. Because, again, once you get past the warning track on either side and you start going into the grass on the other side of it, that is technically out of play. We saw Garton make a beautiful catch into the seats the other night, but didn't count. That one's popped up, but will go out of play. Down the third baseline, that one goes, and a bunch of youngsters going after that one.
Everybody's looking for that souvenir baseball today.
Well, it's a packed house here at Hastings. As mentioned before, we have, again, a great crowd, a number of them youngsters taking out their dads. That one's going to be fouled off. Look out for that one.
Just reactions. I put my hand up again, even though there's a screen.
Well, I mean, we saw what the screen did in Hamilton last night.
Exactly, and thankfully we're glad to report everybody's okay after that, too. It was just a little scary, a little shook up. You know, a few extra stitch marks they weren't expecting, but, you know, that's okay. They got a souvenir and quite some stories to tell their classmates on Monday, I'm sure.
Yeah, stitches are cool. That one's going to be powered in the left field. Playable, though, and the catch is made by Nellis on the run. Make it a 1-2-3 inning for Jacob Cush. We're heading to the bottom of the first. No score between the Royals and the Jackfish. Stay with us. Welcome back to Guelph Royals Baseball on YouTube. Mark Perry, Neil Srivastava here with you, getting set for the bottom half of the first inning. And on the hill today for the Welland Jackfish, it is the former Kansas City Royals prospect, Brandon Markland.
Markland was just one appearance. He does have the one start. He only pitched to the one inning, though. So he's allowed 2 walks, had 2 strikeouts. No ERA. He got out of the inning. If you're a Jackfish fan, that's a good news. He's got a 0.0 ERA here, as Brando LaRue will lead things off for the Guelph Royals.
Let's take a look now, 1 through 9 for the Guelph Royals here this afternoon. LaRue, it'll be Ohashi and Garton. Of course, Garton coming back from that 1-game suspension.
Yeah, then Mark Nellis and Masani. J.D. Williams is in center field. Jeff McLeod's the DH. J.D. Rosario is doing the catching. Owen Ellis is batting 9th in right field.
See what they can do here with this bottom half of the inning, as that one goes well outside for ball 1. LaRue, of course, has kind of found a home here in this spot in the leadoff position for the Guelph Royals, as that one sent up high into right center field on the run. What a catch!
What a grab.
Mateo Porcelato, are you kidding me?
He must have saw the highlight last night that Raul Gonzalez did and said, I can do one better.
On the dive. Wow. He's got wheels around the base path with the way he can steal bases. Puts on the wheels there and makes a phenomenal catch.
Reached out and gloved that one and took away a base hit from Brandon LaRue.
Whew.
Maybe even extra bases.
You're gonna cut that one, right?
Oh, yeah, it's going to be in there. Don't worry. Maybe on the IBs next week.
Ryosuke Ohashi now in the batter's box. And
we were trying to come up with a nickname for it, so I guess the IBs work.
Yeah. Facing an 0-1 count here. Puts that one over. Good grab there by Tweet over to first, and they'll get the 4-3.
Jackfish, you can't understate. They are a great defensive team as well.
And that's exactly it, too. Yes, aggressive on the base path. They can put balls into play. Not necessarily gonna, come off the sheet with their home runs, because they're a team that tends to play a little bit more small ball than just launching one over the fence time and time again. But man, oh man, that defense.
Oh, exactly. It's a professional defense at the IBL level.
Here comes Josh Garton now. Of course, got that rest last night. And he puts one into left, and on the hop was Sanford. And he'll come and make the catch. A 1-2-3 inning the other way. We're through 1 here at Hastings. Stay with us. Welcome back to Guelph Royals Baseball on YouTube. Still marveling over a catch made by Matteo Porcelato in the bottom half of the first. We're still scoreless between the Royals and the Jackfish. A couple of 1, 2, 3 half innings as Jacob Cush takes his position on the mound here. Of course, Markland only needed 5 pitches to get out of the inning there for the Jackfish. For Jacob Cush, 15 pitches so far, ready for number 16, call it Sweet 16 here. And it's Robert Mullen stepping into the batter's box.
Mullen hit with an absolute loud monster shot off the scoreboard Thursday night, just after Moretto had gone yard as well.
Watches that one go right down Broadway for strike one.
Of course, the former London Major who was in the Frontier League before signing with the Jackfish.
And another strike there is Cush challenging Mr. Robert Mullen, of course, former Oakland Athletics prospect. The 0-2, swing and a miss, he got him. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, and that's the first strikeout of the afternoon for Jacob Cush.
That'll bring up Matteo Porcelato, the human highlight reel in the top half or the bottom half of the first inning.
He's playing out in right field, making into his 3rd IBL season.
Batting .413 on the season coming into play today.
Of course, you think about that 2022 season, the amount of stolen bases there. Of course, nothing's really changed with the Jackfish there, but of course, Porcelato second to Brandon Nicholson with 36 stolen bases in 2022.
And Nicholson had 48 and Porcelato had 36. So they, that's 90, or sorry, almost 90 of them between the two of them.
That one's fouled off.
Evens the count at 1-1.
Of course, for Welland, 34 for 41 on stolen bags this year. Contrast that with Guelph, 10 for 13. Yes, the percentage is a little bit greater with Guelph, but well, the amount that they try to steal bases there in Welland. You're going to get caught every now and then.
Well, you are going to get caught, but those are acceptable losses in some situations too, because they've allowed another base runner on the base path to go somewhere. In most cases.
Porcelato facing a 2-1 count. That one goes into the dirt.
Cush just maybe rushing pitches a little bit here in this inning. He stepped off the mound there and collects his thought here before looking for the sign.
And he doesn't have a pitch clock here to worry about, so might want to slow it down a little bit. That one set up high, deep to right field, and that one is gone. Right down the line for Matteo Porcelato. The right fielder puts one deep into right field, and the Jackfish take a 1-0 lead. A phenomenal catch in the bottom half of the last inning, and a big home run there as he celebrates with his teammates down the first base line.
Yep. They'll bring up Brandon Hoope now, the center fielder, who's batting .282 on the year so far.
So Porcelato, that is his 3rd home run of the season. That one's well inside on Hoope for ball 1. See how he gets settled down here as that one's sent deep into center field. J.D. Williams getting underneath it, camps under it, and makes the catch. 2 away.
I wonder if J.D. Williams has got himself mic'd up today as well.
It may be.
I don't know if you've seen his Instagram or not. Only left turns only, but he's got a lot of insight when he comes up to the plate, as far as when he's tracking baseballs down in the outfield. You have to definitely check out his Instagram.
I mean, it's more than just, hey, let's stand out in an empty space here and look for balls to come your way. There is a strategy involved, especially when you're facing individual type of hitters, where they're hitting, their tendencies, the pitcher as well. Is he more of a fly ball pitcher?
Yep. His TD6 is up to the plate now.
That one's sent up high. Foul territory. Coming over is Josh Garton, and he's going to make the no, he cannot make the catch. He was on the warning track, and he just couldn't bring it in.
Got to remind the youngsters they can't interfere with the ball in play here. That was very close, and I think that's what Garton was more concerned about down the line there, too. The kids were in his eyesight.
Yeah, they have to watch out down there. Yes, it's a crowded baseline down there and out of play. Might have to start getting some Royal staff down there and just remind them, hey, this side of the line, stay away from there.
Yeah, you got to stay on that side of the line, unfortunately, kids.
The 1-1, and that one's across for strike 2.
Now 1-2 on Tyler Dupuis.
Dupuis playing shortstop today. The delivery, that one's chopped down the third base line, and that's going to be foul.
Off the umpire.
Whew.
Good thing the umpire was in foul territory there.
Daniel Newell tracked that one down. That was close, too, as that one just crossed over into foul territory right before the base.
And we'll do it again at 1-2. Dupuis taking a couple of hacks before he steps back in the box. And, of course, the umpires have got to do a better job. I keep preaching this. I was preaching it last night. They got to get these guys to keep that foot in the box. They're going to enforce this rule next year. Might as well get used to it now.
Absolutely. That one's a swing and a miss for strike 3. A pair of strikeouts for Jacob Cush, but a home run for Mateo Porcelato. And it's 1-0 Welland as we head to the bottom half of the second. Stay with us. This is Guelph Royals Baseball on YouTube.
Hardline drive up the middle. Oh, Lindor out of nowhere. How did he do that?
That Lindor can play. I don't know about that hair. And don't get me started on those gloves.
I don't know. I kind of like it.
It's time for a revolution.
The Rev 1X by Rollins.
Welcome back to Guelph Royals Baseball on YouTube. Mark and Neil here taking you through this Saturday afternoon. It's one of 3 games happening in the IBL. Of course, the other 2 games have not begun yet. A beautiful, beautiful Saturday afternoon here in the Royal City. The Jackfish lead it 1-0 as we see Mark Nellis in the batter's box here taking strike 1.
Mr. Anonymous chiming in once again. It's only feet stay in the box. There's no swing on the previous pitch. So a foul ball, you can readjust your feet from your anonymously. My anonymous buddy. Yes, thank you, sir, Mr. Anonymous.
0-2. Anonymous not staying so anonymous in your phone.
I didn't say his name, but you know.
You did not say. Well, you gave away the gender.
Yeah, sorry. Their name then, sorry.
That one's fouled off.
Shame on me. Bad me.
How dare you?
Yes.
So as mentioned, the other 2 games, it's Barrie and Chatham-Kent at 1:35, so that's going to get underway in about 5 minutes' time. Hamilton and Brantford will start at 2 o'clock. We'll keep you abreast of what is happening around the IBL as this game goes along as well.
Red Sox coming off a tough loss last night. Cardinals as well.
There's a chopper over to short, over to first, and they will get it in time. Good throw there from Tyler Dupuis.
Expect nothing less from TD6 here as far as that stuff going on, too. Just one of the best defenders in this league. Doesn't get a lot of credit when it comes to all-star nods and everything else, but, man, guy can definitely play with the best of them.
Well, when your team is loaded up with all-stars,
exactly.
I mean, you don't want to just make, hey, the IBL all-star selection. Here's just Welland Jackfish.
Yeah, no.
No, you really got to spread around the love, and unfortunately that means some players who might deserve certain nods might end up getting lost in the shuffle.
True.
And I say that as a guy that has voted on all-star selections in this league.
Yep, that's true.
Kian Wasani in the box now as he takes one outside for strike one, and strike two rather, and the fans didn't like that one too much. Looked like it painted a bit of the black on the outside. The 0-2. Chopper. Dupuis fields it. Over to first in time, and just like that, there's two away.
He just reminds me so much because when I was spoiled growing up in this league, in this ballpark, watching the former Red Sox prospect, of course, the three-time league MVP, Eric Lasky, and he looks like a dead ringer for him out there. So if I accidentally called TD6 Lasky at one point today, it's not his fault, it's just mine. That's just my muscle memory going back to that time in my childhood.
And it's the weekend to start thinking about just what baseball is in this country. Of course,
Exactly.
Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame weekend as well.
Indeed.
That one goes right across. Ball one? Well, I would assume, yeah, it is ball one. Apologies there, as the home plate umpire didn't actually
make a call or
Yeah.
a signal or anything.
And that one's going to go just to the outside for strike one. Yeah, because that first pitch, it looked like it might have been right across, but we don't have that center field camera today, so we can't see the height all the time. The 1-1. An excuse me chopper by JD, and that's an easy 1-2-3 there. It's 1-0 Jackfish as we head to the third. Stay with us. This is Guelph Royals Baseball on YouTube. Welcome back to Guelph Royals Baseball on YouTube. Jackfish 1, Royals no score as we head to the third inning here on a Saturday afternoon. Grayson Barrett, the designated hitter for the Jackfish, will start things off here.
Barrett batting .250. He's coming through it on the clutch a couple of times already for these Jackfish when they need them the most, though.
Got to mention it is a breezy, sunny day here, 21 degrees.
Not
Holds
too hot,
off on
not
that.
Too cold. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, exactly.
Enough to know it's summer, but you know it's not to the point where it's oh man, it's summer. It's why is it so hot?
And looking at the hourly forecast too, it's only supposed to get up to 22 degrees. So this is roughly what it's going to stay at throughout this contest. Is there's a strike two.
I heard the temperature is going to skyrocket on Monday. If I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
get your ACs going, folks. That one just outside. Rosario trying to frame that one for a strike, but doesn't get it. Yeah, I've heard 32, 33 degrees. That one's chopped down the first base line. Foul.
And do us all a favor, if you got elderly neighbors in your neighborhood, maybe just take the time to check in on them too in the next couple of days too, folks.
Absolutely.
Make sure they're staying hydrated.
With heat, health risks do come with it. Not a lot of people think about that when we're in the midst of a heat wave. The 1-2 over to second. Ohashi will field it over to first, and they'll get the out.
4-3 goes the put out for the first out of the inning. And Ethan Hunt, the 9-hitter, will be the batter now.
You know what else when I think about with heat waves? Barbecues.
Lots of barbecues. Well, of course, you and I could smell it when we were just firing up the broadcast this afternoon. Somebody was being cruel and not sharing.
Yeah, I fried up a steak last night on the barbecue.
Nice.
It was delicious, let me tell you that much. Get some sausages, get some hot dogs going this week.
Yeah, there will be a lot of – the nights I don't do baseball, I definitely usually have the barbecue going for something. So it's like, yeah, I'm sure Jenny's got me put to work today at some point for something.
So great Father's Day gift, get a new barbecue set.
Yeah.
I
got one last year, actually. So.
Oh, there you go.
Yep. I didn't really ask for much this year for Father's Day. I usually know my kids, Nora and Kellen, usually give me.
You just buy everything. If you need something, you just buy it.
I make the small request, like a handwritten card and something usually drawn or something, just so I can put it in my collection or something I take to work and leave it on the wall.
Yeah, absolutely. Appeal over to first, and it's going to be a 3-0 count here on Ethan Hunt, the third baseman, and he'll foul that one off. Get your gloves out. Of course, Hunt from Elginburg, Ontario, in his third IBL season. He's really become a mainstay on this Jackfish roster.
They do such a great job of recruiting guys from all over the provinces and everything else.
Absolutely, as he holds off on that and gets issued the free pass.
Free pass with the one away and back to the top of the order for Dawson Tweet, who grounded out 4-3 in the first inning.
Some work to do here, as now there is a runner on the base path. And this is where the Jackfish really start to do a bit of damage, is the aggressiveness. That one's going to go for ball one on Mr. Tweet. Of course, this is the first technical base runner. The 1-0 score came off a home run from Porcelato. Throw over to first. And
he touched the base long enough to go around the base.
Absolutely.
And the count is 1-1.
He said, I'm going to round the bases. Want to see me round them again?
First disengagement charged on the at-bat.
I went upstairs.
And the count is 2-0.
For folks that aren't aware with the engagement rule, maybe just take us through that a little bit.
So every time the pitcher steps off, if he tries to throw the first and everything, or if he just steps off the mound, it counts as a disengagement charge to that at-bat. They're allowed 2 before they have to either pick him off.
Almost got him
or
there.
if they fail to pick him off, it's called charge to balk, and the runner advances on the third attempt. That is the second one now in this at-bat. So
now you got to focus on the batter here.
Yep.
That one's fouled away.
And Brandon Nicholson is an absolute master of working that rule so far this year.
I mean, he's stolen a few bags in his time.
Just a few, yeah. I think he's got 8 so far in the season now. So
the throw, and that's going to paint some black on the outside corner for strike 2.
Tweet wasn't sure that was going to break late, so he held the bat back a little bit.
Location, location, location. It's Jacob Cush. Keys in on the 2-2. Swing and a miss.
First is occupied, so he is out at plate on the strikeout.
Third strikeout of the afternoon for Jacob Cush.
And I bring up Jake Sanford, who gave the ball a ride to left field his first time up. Looks like he almost got like a check swing on it the last time, too.
And Sanford, in his second game of the season, he went 2 for 5 against Hamilton back on the 13th, just 36 hours ago, really. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Of course, a Nova Scotia native. You talked about, getting talent from all over this great country.
Yep.
I mentioned, yes, a lot of players from the West Coast, but of course with Sanford, you go into the East Coast there.
That you do.
Throw over to
they got him.
First, they got him. What a throw. Good job there. The tag applied by Garton, and that will do it for the inning. We're heading to the bottom of the third. It's 1-0 Welland. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Guelph Royals Baseball on YouTube on this Saturday afternoon. It is 1-0 Welland over Guelph as we hit the bottom of the third. 6 batters up, 6 batters down so far for the Royals, as Brandon Markland has been doing a great job so far.
Indeed, he has been. Jeff McLeod will be the first batter to face him here in the home half of the third.
So in the third inning, and that is just pitch number 15. It is skied into center field, rather. Hoope will get underneath it and make the catch.
McLeod just got a little too much underneath that one, but gave it a ride. Some ballparks in this league, that's gone. Not going to name names.
Somewhere down Highway 7.
Yeah. That baseball was flying on there Thursday night again.
Yes, you can say that again. 4 homers. Of course, Raul Gonzalez with a home run for the Kitchener Panthers, the IBL MVP runner-up from last season.
Yep.
Is their strike 1 on J.D. Rosario.
Rosario batting .200 on the season.
That was well outside. And haven't seen too many of those so far in this game.
Nope, not from the.
Only the third ball thrown by Markland so far.
I always wonder if the catcher's got a bigger advantage because he knows where the umpire's been calling the strike zone, and he's kind of at bats.
That one's well inside, 2-1. As Markland tries to work the plate there.
But then they just, even as a catcher, they still have to execute at the plate. Yeah, they might know where it's going and where the strike is going to get called, but they still got to do something with the bat to it.
Swing and a miss for strike 2. Of course, Rosario, one of 4 juniors that are playing in this game. You heard Dino Ramel say you have to start putting name tags on these guys.
Yep.
The 2-2 is fouled away. Of course, Nellis, Massani, Rosario, and Ellis, all 4 of them are junior players getting called up here for today's game.
Of course, Brandon LaRue is still junior age and unfortunately elected to sign a senior card this year, so he's not going to be splitting time with the Guelph Silver Creeks. I think that was more of a timing thing. I think he came back after June 1st, so the Creeks roster had to be in before then.
That one's sent well foul.
Yeah, it was just because of baseball insurance policies was baseball and and everything else too. They have to declare their roster a lot sooner than, say, a senior team does.
Absolutely is. It's like Oberle is just making sure everything's okay as the ball actually bounced back into the field of play. I think that was that's what happens when my golf shot. It hits a tree and goes back the other way. Holds off on the swing and doesn't say he went around. Make it 3-2.
Yep. And you got Robert Mullen behind the plate, so he's another one of these guys that can pull pitches back into strike zones to get calls too. So.
He is very good at that.
Yep.
Here comes the 3-2. That one is going to be grabbed up there by Dupuis. Fields it over to first and 2 away. Another masterful job from TP6,
Yep.
TD6.
The Jackfish broadcast team, they've got nicknames for everybody. I just can't help but use it sometimes because it makes sense.
Yeah, shout out to them. They do a great job over in Welland. Haven't been to that ballpark as of yet. Going to have to make a trip
it's just
over.
Like I'm sitting there going, I'm leaning towards going to the All-Star game, but I want to go before it. Like I'm going to just take a Thursday night, maybe sometime in July, and just go down and just be a spectator for once, not work a baseball game.
There's one that paints the black on the outside.
You tried Thursday night, but unfortunately got put into work.
Yeah. That one down and into the dirt, scooped up, 1-1. Yeah, I'm trying to make it to all ballparks this season. I think that's my goal. Been to 2.
Been to 2, yeah.
But of course, I've worked every single one.
Well, exactly.
That one's going to just right at knee level, but fans don't like that one too much. Make it 1-2.
The only way I think I can make it to a Chatham-Kent ball game this summer is we're going to have to get a rain out somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because it's just the way the schedule works. It's like the same times.
There's a one-hopper into the dirt well outside. And it's unfortunate, too. They have a great ballpark over there.
Well, they do. A great atmosphere and a lot of people just loving that new look Barnstormers. And it's great to see every time you turn on the television and everything else. You see that crowd in the backstop and everything else in that historic ball diamond.
A lot of buzz as that one's going to be buzzed foul. Ellis stays alive.
So you get a rare Sunday off tomorrow, don't you?
I do. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. Maybe I'll go take a walk in the park.
Good idea.
Why not? It's going to be hot.
It is.
It's not going to be raining. Here's the 2-2. Holds off, but it paints the black on the outside for strike 3. 9 up, 9 down for Brandon Markland. We are through 3 here at Hastings. It's 1-0 Welland. And welcome back inside Hastings Stadium here in Guelph. It's 1-0 Welland over the hometown Royals as Jake Sanford will step into the batter's box here to start the 4th inning.
Sanford was in the plate when Ethan Hunt got picked off at first. Last inning, he's also flown out to left field in the 1st inning.
Gives him a fresh slate, a fresh at-bat here to work with, and takes one under the knees for ball 1.
Fish is definitely trying his best to keep the ball down and get the Jackfish to get underneath some baseballs here.
The 1-0 down into the dirt again is really trying to work low on Sanford here. Of course, spent the last 2 seasons with the Ottawa Titans.
I believe he was traded somewhere within the league as well last year, and it was just
That one well inside. Quick 3-0 count here. This might be another one of those situations where it seems like Cush is starting to rush his pitches a little bit.
yeah.
And that one skied foul down the third base line. Of course, just signed on Wednesday. The 3-1 inside, and Sanford will take his base.
It was kind of surprising because usually the Jackfish usually put out a big, social media post behind somebody getting signed, but this one was just kind of quiet, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, usually they're all about the pomp and circumstance, but, well, can't.
Maybe it was just.
It is what it is.
Maybe they just didn't have a clearance for a photo or something. Could have been as simple as that.
And that plays a lot into that kind of stuff, too. I know I do some social media around the league as well. There is something called photo credit.
Yep.
And proper photo use.
I am very adamant when I try to do those sort of things as well, just to make sure, hey, I've got credit, or if I got permission first, then it's good. Make sure you extend the credit as possible as well, too.
Absolutely. In my opinion, you use that, you got to give the person props who took that photo.
Yep.
The 0-1 big hack there from Steve Moretto for strike number 2.
Which Moretto flew out to left field in the first inning.
He's playing over at first base. League leader in RBI. Pickoff attempt. No dice there.
No, he had an absolute moonshot to left field Thursday night, and then Robert Mullen came up the next batter, hit the scoreboard. I was like going, how much that would cost to fix the dent in that one now, though? That scoreboard's not cheap.
That's your tax dollars there, as that one's fouled off. Speaking of tax dollars there, that might have put a dent in the grandstand here.
Yep, another one will have to.
Paging Mr. Cam Guthrie, Mayor Cam Guthrie.
Another dent in the wall, sir. Another dent in the wall.
Again, Moretto batting .264 coming into today. Has struck out actually 10 times this year. The runner's going to go. That one's sent up high, and they're not going to get him. That was a bit of a higher than the higher throw than what you kind of wanted if you're Rosario there, as you had the player going over to second, have to jump to keep that one in play, or else that one goes into the outfield, and well, who knows after that.
And now we got a cross up here. That's why the plate umpire went out with the catcher, just to go through the signs. Won't be charged as a mound visit. Of course, the teams are allowed 6 mound visits total in a ball game now, too. So cross-ups don't count towards that total.
Yeah, a number of new rules here in the IBL, but a number of them you're familiar with as well, because a lot of them mirror what you see in the major leagues.
Exactly, and I think they're just trying to keep everything on the same level as the majors.
The 1-2, that one set through into center field. Circling around third is Sanford, but he's going to stay.
And Moretto will take second on the throw home by Williams.
That is a great read if you're Steve Moretto there. You see the throw home to try and keep Sanford to put on the brakes there at third. Moretto recognizes it and immediately goes over to second base. I don't even think he stopped at first.
He just he got a good read on it, and away he went.
So Moretto gets on. I believe that's being credited as a single.
Single, yep, and then advancing on the throw home.
So there we go. Runners on second and third here now for Robert Mullen. A big moon shot from Mullen here would be just what the doctor ordered here for the Jackfish to try and break this open. Holds off on the swing, but it crosses Broadway anyway for strike 1.
Infield in, just trying to knock it down. Their plays going homewards. Not anything hit right now. They're just trying to keep the status quo here, only down by a run.
All the infielders on the grass here. Swing and a miss for strike 2. And now you see immediately right after that, you saw Ohashi trying to go in behind the pitcher there, but he goes right back over to where he was at second base.
Just making sure the throw doesn't get away from Cush here.
It's all about the angles here as Cush dials in here on Mullen. That one's skied, but it's going to go out of play.
Well, it looked like he tweaked something in his back there. He's kind of holding to one side a little bit.
You don't want pitching injuries. Of course, we saw Jake Harford get put on to the inactive list for the Jackfish the other day. He went the 1 inning against Toronto. The 0-2 upstairs. Of course, Welland went through, I believe, 6 pitchers in that game, including Davey Mendez going 2 innings. Up 4-0. Toronto closed the gap in the second inning there with 3 runs. Of course, a couple of them off of bases loaded walks. The 1-2 and swing, and he just got a piece of it to stay alive.
It went off the bat, went off of him, and ruled a foul ball right away.
Like the at-bat here for the Welland catcher.
6 pitches in anyways.
Mentioned before, a runner-up for the IBL MVP back in 2022. A certain man named Claudio Custodio won the MVP that year.
He's pitching pretty well in Venezuela right now, too.
Yes, he is, as that one's knocked down the left field line and just foul. Oh, went a whole long way, but everybody's going to have to get back in a position.
Yep. Coach is going to give a couple more seconds here, collect his thoughts here before he makes his next pitch.
Yeah, this is where you just can't rush things. You're in a spot where you have a couple of runners in scoring position. There's nobody out, and you got a big bat to deal with here. Just try to settle the nerves down and see if you can get a strike here and get him to swing through it. Rosario gives the sign. The 1-2. That one's cued down the first base line. Foul again.
8 pitches into the bat here. We're still at a 1-2 count. This Mullen refuses to bend over here.
Again, it's a key point of this ball game. Yes, it's only the 4th inning. But an opportunity to try and open things up. That one skied high, but another foul ball as that one goes out of play.
Somebody in the beer garden is getting a little extra souvenir, a little extra ice in their glass perhaps.
And maybe it lands into that hole with the beanbag toss.
Maybe.
Yeah, 3 points.
That works.
So we'll try here again.
9 pitches in.
Yeah, take 10. That one's knocked down the line. That's a fair ball down the left field line. 1 run comes in to score. No play at home. It's a 2 RBI single for Robert Mullen. Make it 3-0 Welland.
And that was just a good piece of hitting by Robert Mullen, finally getting a pitch in her half there and taking it down the line for the 2 RBI single.
Patience pays off there. All of those foul balls, all of those attempts to stay alive, and it pays off in spades for the Welland catcher.
Of course, Porcelato now the batter. He homered his first time up after making that great catch in the bottom of the first inning.
Yeah, Porcelato has been excellent. He has made an indent in this game, both on offense and defense, as he swings through that one for strike 1. Pitt Meadows, BC. Definitely a threat on the base path, as there's another strike. Got just around the knees there. Of course, Mullen over at first. Nobody out here. And that one, an excuse me swing, as that one's put foul.
Porcelado just doing a good job of protecting the plate here with 2 strikes on him.
Again, another big moment here in the ball game. Has the home run already. That one into the dirt, 1-2. Of course, hitting .413 coming into today. 19 hits. Leads the team in that category. And that one's down under the knees, 2-2. So again, you look at that, 19 hits, 5 doubles, a triple, and a home run. So that's 8 of those 19. So roughly around half are going for extra bases. So you know really that, you know, he's putting the ball in play and he's putting it deep into play as well. And I think it might have to do with that speed as well that allows him to get around first and try to get that extra base over at second. Basically a full count here. That one's sent up high. It is playable. Shallow third base as LaRue calls off Masani, and he will make the catch.
That's probably the best bet there, too. Masani didn't look like he had a good read on it, where LaRue had the footwork behind him and was right underneath that baseball in a hurry.
So Brandon Hoope will step in here now with 1 away. If you're just joining us, the Welland Jackfish have climbed up to a 3-0 lead. Porcelado with a home run back in the second. They have 2 more runs here in the fourth. 2 RBI single from Robert Mullen, who is at first base right now. That one into the dirt. Good job there by Rosario to keep that one in front of him.
Good block by the youngster, indeed. Running another Jackfish advancing 90 feet. Lupe 0 for 1 in the contest. Flew it to center field to start the second inning. In the second inning.
There's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Although he did get just a piece of it, but had a strike 1. Remains top of the fourth here. Welland looking to do more damage as that one thought that one went across black, but
umpire signaling was a little high.
Yeah, right around the hands, so right around that 50-50 spot.
Not sure if
trying to be objective there.
Not sure if Cush asked where it was or the bench asked where that was the signal right away. It was like,
well, that one's going to go into center field, and Williams will play it on the hop. And a base hit there for Hoope.
That was one of those baseballs. If you're a center fielder, if you commit to it, try to charge into it, and you don't get to it in time, it's going to take a weird bounce in front of you, either go off your body or off to your side. Where Williams opted to take the safety approach to it, let it bounce in front of him, and just concede the single.
Well, and that's also learning lessons, right? I'm pretty sure it was J.D. Williams last Saturday where a ball went straight after him. He tried to make the diving catch. It went underneath him and went to the fence, and that turned a single into a double. As now we're going to get a mound visit here.
Probably just to calm him down and give him a breather, say, hey, you're battling here.
It is a big battle indeed. 45 pitches coming into this inning for Jacob Cush. I don't know where he's at now, but
he's at 75 now, and 46 of our strikes.
So 30 pitches into this inning.
That's a long inning.
It is a very long inning.
And that's to the Jackfish's credit that, they go up there with an approach, okay, we're going to make this guy waste a lot of pitches here. And that's exactly what he's done. Look at the at-bat that Robert Mullen had.
Absolutely.
11 pitches. Finally got his single. Brought in 2 runs.
Yeah, just paying off in spades, the patience there. So Tyler Dupree, the shortstop, now in. And he'll sky one high and in behind the grandstand here, out of play.
Up and over. Sometimes you hear the late little ding off the back of the roof here, but that one's way out of here.
I was waiting for that.
And it makes a weird sound too, because it hits the ding and then it rolls down.
Mm-hmm.
Not like it is in Kitchener where you hit it, you know you hit it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just a bloop.
Yep.
The 0-1 down and in for a strike. Lower in the zone, but he got it.
Dupuis struck out swinging in the second.
And it's the first half of the home and home between these two teams. They'll celebrate Father's Day at the Pond tomorrow afternoon, these two teams, as Rosario blocks it in front of them, but that's going to allow the runners to advance.
That'll be scored a wild pitch. Runners going up 90 feet on that play. If you're wondering how we know that right away, I'm the official scorer today, too.
Exactly. So if you have any gripes about what the scoring
just,
is.
you know, the people in the know how to get a hold of me, so you know.
Exactly. Your anonymous tipster
Yeah.
included.
Yep.
Of course, Guelph went through just 3 pitchers last night as that one well inside, and Dupuis sent off balance there. Trying to keep him away from the plate with that pitch.
Yep.
Of course, Thomas went 6 innings last night, struck out 7, gave up just the 1 earned run, 2 runs overall. Shred and Narita also went in that game too, so likely not available for this afternoon.
Starting pitching was great last night across the league.
Throw over to home, and they're going to get
Mullen.
Yeah, Mullen in a bit of a rundown here, and he'll get tagged out.
Yep.
There's the second out of the inning.
I think in that case it was just he got caught leaning a little too far and had to commit home. I believe that went 6-2-5 for the putout.
6-2-5, yeah. They didn't go 6-2-5, 2-5, 2-5, 2-5.
They minimized the throws between chasing the runner down.
And I think Mullen just knew at that stage.
Well, I think, like I said, I think he just committed too much to going. He was leaning too far towards the plate, and his momentum took him towards the plate, so he had to go.
So meantime, Dupuis reaches on the fielder's choice, and that'll bring up Grayson Barrett. And he'll take the first pitch into left field. Circling around to home is Hoope, and he will get in there safely. A RBI single for Barrett, make it 4-0.
And again, once again, Grayson Barrett coming out here in the 8th spot for the Jackfish with another clutch single.
Third run of the inning there for the Jackfish. And I talked about it just a few moments ago. This is a big opportunity here for the Jackfish to start blowing things open. You got the runners on base. You had nobody out. And now they're starting to deliver and starting to pile on some runs here.
Looks like you got Brandon Deans running down to the bullpen as well as somebody else going down there in a hurry to get loose.
The delivery outside for ball 1.
And now you got 2 catchers going down, so yeah, you got double barrel action now.
Again, that pitch count going well up here for Jacob Cush this inning.
And
probably around 40 pitches just in this inning alone.
Exactly.
Runners are going to go. A double steal attempt over to second. They're not going to get him. And the runners will advance second and third. And there it is yet again from the crew from Welland. That aggressive base running, the double steal.
Now, 2 runners in scoring position for Ethan Hunt with a 2-0 count in his favor.
2 away and an opportunity to put this in play. That one down and in for a strike. Good job there as that one was just above the knees. Hunt reached on a walk his last time up. Just came back in the last inning. And he'll cue that one foul right into the netting in behind home plate. Of course, Welland, the only team that was not in action last night.
Yep, what happens with a 9-team league? One of you has to sit out eventually.
Absolutely. Draw the long straw or the short straw, whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
That one upstairs and make it a full count here with 2 away.
Well, you had Keys and London pitching really well last night. You had Pedro de los Santos pitching well for the Panthers last night.
8 innings.
Yeah.
Pedro De Los Santos was El Fuego last night for the Kitchener Panthers.
I asked Bill Matisse at the end of the game, so you had to duct tape him down in the bottom of the 8th inning, say you're done or what? Or did just finally reluctantly say, okay, I'm done, coach.
Here's the 3-2, and in for strike 3. That will end the inning. The Jackfish strand a few, but they get 3 on the board. It's 4-0 as we head to the bottom of the 4th here at Hastings. Stay with us. And welcome back to Guelph Royals Baseball on YouTube. My name is Mark Perry alongside Neil Srivastava. Glad you can join us here at Hastings on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. The only clouds in sight are well off in the distance. We have a beautiful blue sky here at the ballpark.
You swear Bob Ross is up there painting somewhere.
I think so. Call it a happy accident before a heat wave, as that one's going to be sent into left field over the head of Dupuis, and that's a base hit.
Brando Rue's probably going, yeah, I'm not hitting the Porcelado this time, so I'm going to find a different place to hit my cue shot.
And right there, that is the first hit surrendered by Markland in this game. It's been 9 up, 9 down for Markland so far in this game, but that one, the first offering to LaRue, goes into left field.
Exactly. Took it to the Royals to the 4th inning, but again, they had some great defensive plays behind him. Tyler Dupuis with a couple of good grabs, and, of course, Porcelado, that snag in right field.
I mean, call that one a catch of the week,
yep.
Maybe catch of the month. Woo-wee.
Definitely heading for the Ivies.
That one in for strike 1, as that one was rated in on the inside part of the plate for Suki Ohashi.
Ohashi batting .257 entering play today. He's 0 for 1, so that number is going to go down a little more.
The delivery outside, make it 1-1. And it's interesting to think, too, with some of the batters here, we were talking about it last week where, Garton was batting .750, and they told Dino mentioned, he can go 2 for 3 and still have his batting average go down.
Well, it's considerable now, number 2, just because the numbers.
It's just so high.
Well, exactly.
Runner's going to go, and we'll see if he picks him off. No, he dropped the ball. Stolen base for Brando LaRue.
Ohashi's got a 2-1 count on him now. And LaRue's now in scoring position with nobody away here in the Royals' 4th inning.
With runners in scoring position for Guelph, they're hitting .322 this season.
That's still a high number. Making the most of opportunities when they get aboard here in scoring position.
Absolutely. Here comes the 2-1. Chopper down in through second. Tweet with a great play. He'll get it over to first, but that will advance the runner.
Tweet only had the one option, and he did a great job to keep that glove on it. And then after that, he had to reel it back in a little bit, to borrow a pun about fishing here. But He did a great job, gets to 4-3, and LaRue goes to third now with one away for Josh Garton.
That's too many references. Reel it in, my friend.
Yeah, reel it in. Just cut it down. Cut the line off here somewhere.
It's all about patience.
Cut some bait here. Yeah.
Josh Garton now the batter.
I think that was 5 puns about fishing in one line. Jeez. Make that 6. Okay, I'm stopping.
It's very rich.
A little too heavy.
Chopper, that one gets through Markland, but on the hop is Tweet. He'll throw it over to first, but that will bring in Brando LaRue, and the Guelph Royals are on the board.
Great job by the Royals to answer back here after the long inning in the top half of the inning. Now on the scoreboard, trailing by 3. It's 4-1.
This brings in Mark Nellis, the left fielder. So again, 4-1 is your score. The delivery upstairs, right around the hands, just a little bit too high for ball 1.
Nellis grounded out to the shortstop in the second inning.
The 1-0, Chopper. Dupuis fields it over to first in time, and Dupuis has been rather busy over at shortstop, but it remains 4-1 as the Guelph Royals get on the board. We're heading to the 5th here at Hastings. Stay with us. This is Guelph Royals Baseball on YouTube. Welcome back to Guelph Royals Baseball on YouTube. Jacob Cush's afternoon is now over. Wes Johnston now the pitcher here for the Guelph Royals, as that one's fouled away by Dawson Tweed as we are underway here in the 5th. Welland 4, Guelph 1.
Johnston making his first appearance in the Royals uniform.
That one goes outside for ball 1.
Tweed is 0 for 2 in the contest. He did strike out in the 3rd. He grounded out in the 1st, 4-3.
Wes Johnston, another junior call-up. Trying to frame that one was Rosario. Doesn't get the call there. Now, what do we know about Johnston?
He pitches for Mississauga, so he's one of Sean Travers' disciples, as I like to call him. Travers has got such a great eye for talent, so the high-performance team is definitely, well, just that, high-performance players.
And again, it's all about trying to get guys in and getting some experience here at this level. Here's the 2-2. That one's cued high into center field, and the catch is made by Williams.
Williams able to bring that one in for the first out on the F8. And Jake Sanford, who's 0 for 1 in the contest, came home and walked and scored a run in the 4th. Will be the batter now.
You said it. Stole a base. A few stolen bases for the Jackfish here this afternoon. What else is new? And he'll take the first pitch outside.
It's just got to be a daunting task for a catcher in this league when you know you're facing the Jackfish, and the whole story is, okay, they like to run all the time.
They really do. That one, another one goes well upstairs. 2-0. Just try to keep them off the base path. It is easier said than done.
Of course, WWE Clash of the Catch going on this afternoon as well.
No spoilers, please.
Oh, yes, please, no spoilers.
Josh Garton gets underneath.
I had to silence the 2 Discord chats and men that are watching it right now, so I'm like, oh, man, I forgot all about that.
Well, I do streaming actually at home. I watch it via stream, so I can just hit watch live, restart.
Oh, no, exactly.
So
the Discord chats and everything else, I'm just like, they're all going to be posting spoilers all afternoon, so I'm going to turn it off for the
second I get home. I'm hitting that, and
I think that's my Saturday night plans as well.
I think that sounds like a great plan. That one down at the knees for strike one. A couple of great matches. I mean, Cody and AJ in an I Quit match. As that one's fouled away, right in behind home plate.
We're at a 1 for 2 in the contest. A single and a run scored in the last inning.
Knows how to put the ball in play, does Mr. Moretto.
He's not one of these guys I want to sit down with over the summer at some point and just introduce him to a lot more people in the league.
That one's popped up. Shallow right center, and the catch is made. Make that a 1-2-3 inning. But it remains 4-1 Jackfish. Stay with us. This is Guelph Royals Baseball on YouTube. Welcome back to Guelph Royals Baseball on YouTube. Mark Perry, Neil Srivastava here. Bottom of the 5th. It's 4-1 Welland over the Guelph Royals. Brandon Markland, 37 pitches into this game. 4 innings of work. That's a pro for you.
That's a pro for you. Just allowed the 1 hit so far.
So that came off the bat of Brando LaRue as that one goes down Broadway for strike one.
Very efficient with his pitch mix, that's for sure.
Yes, indeed. Working all avenues of the plate as that one goes well outside. and up high.
And you got to imagine the guys on the Royals bench right now are talking more about, okay, what did you see in your at bat? Where was it? Does he have any tips offs as far as when what's throwing where?
Swing and a miss for strike 2. Keon Masani, the third baseman in the batter's box here, wearing number 16, one of 4 juniors for the Royals here today.
You just hit on the head there, right there. There's a lot of young kids playing today against a pro pitcher.
Absolutely. Talking about getting some experience. That one in for ball 2.
Well, last year the Hamilton Cardinals were here when Claudio Custodio made his return, and they were like all chomping at the bit, ready to go up there. And then Claudio just casually mowed them down like crazy. I think he had 10 or 12 strikeouts in that ball game.
Custodio, double-digit strikeouts?
Yeah, never heard of that.
There's strike 3. That one caught the inside of the plate.
Masani down for strikeout for the victim here, number 1 here in the 5th. His second strikeout of the night for Mr. Markland.
And you look at the line here too. You know, a ground ball pitcher through and through. Just the three flyouts here so far in this ball game.
Yep, like he's almost like Maddox, Greg Maddox, like numbers here. Very efficient as far as the pitch numbers here, and just forcing guys to hit ground balls.
There's a swing and a miss for strike 1. And you know what? That plays into the hand of the Welland Jackfish here, too, is that, you know, they have a great infield that can field the ball.
Yep.
You play as a ground ball pitcher. You can trust that defense to get the job done. Swing and a miss for strike 2.
And you know your starting pitcher is only going to have to go 5 or 6, maybe into the 7th inning, because you've got guys like Danny Howitt. You've got Mendez waiting for the 9th inning, sometimes even the 8th inning.
Does he go to because he went. Actually, you know what? That was last Sunday.
Yeah.
You'll probably see Mendez in the later stages of this game if it gets a bit closer.
Yeah, he was out to close the 9th inning on Thursday night, so you know he's going to go out there and do his job.
Absolutely. There's another strikeout. 2 Ks here in the 5th here for Markland.
And that's 3 in the afternoon for Markland now, as Jeff McLeod will be the batter. He flew out to left field on the first pitch, swinging his last time up.
Whereas, as mentioned, Welland last in action on Thursday as that one goes inside, winning their 6th straight game, a 9-6 victory over Hamilton. Saldana got the job done, 5 1/3.
Yep. Then Brandon Underhill, I believe, came in the ball game. Danny Howitt.
Yeah,
and I think it was Mendez after that.
Yeah, by the way, happy 25th birthday today to Brandon Underhill.
Mr. Underhill, your table's ready.
Yep. Well, the Jackfish starter really setting the table here for a great line outing as that one's lined down the third base line, foul. Of course, you want to talk about setting the table. Set the table for tomorrow afternoon. This is a great appetizer to what we'll be seeing at the pond tomorrow afternoon. It's a 1:05 first pitch in Welland. The rematch on Father's Day, as that one's sent right over to Dawson Tweet. Gets it on the hop, didn't really even have to move there. And that's another 1-2-3 inning for Brandon Markland. We are through 5 here at Hastings. It's 4-1 Welland. Welcome back to Guelph Royals Baseball on YouTube. We're getting set for inning number 6 here at Hastings Stadium. It is Welland 4, Guelph 1, as we just saw the youngins run the bases here. The whole lot of them today.
A whole lot of them, and then a whole lot of them just jumped out of the right field line too. Like, oh, we're supposed to run the bases now? Let's just jump in the fun here.
Yeah, credit to the staff keeping them all in line as we return to action here. Wes Johnston looks like still on the hill. The final line on Jacob Cush. He went 4 innings, gave up the 4 runs, all of them earned on 5 hits. Walked 2, struck out 4, 86 pitches, 53 of them going for strikes. What do you make of Jacob Cush's afternoon?
I think it was just, he was rushing a little bit out on the ball. I get it. It's Father's Day, the emotions high. His dad, he caught the first pitch from his dad and probably threw his routine off a little bit before the game. And it just didn't seem like he was settling in too often. And then the Jackfish were very patient in that 1 inning. At the plate, they made him use a lot of pitches, and he just ran out of gas.
Yeah, you talk about that big inning back in the 4th. Again, that was 41 pitches needed to get through the 4th inning. The Jackfish scoring 3 on 4 hits to take the lead here. Or since then, Guelph has added 1 to make it 4-1, as that one is going to go off of Rosario, and he'll get it back over to Johnston.
Yep. Ball 1 is the count now on Robert Mullen.
The 1-0 upstairs, 2-0. Of course, contrast this, you have Markland, 48 pitches so far in this game, as that one skied way high, deep to left field, right in front of the warning track. That is gone. Robert Mullen gets one just over the left field fence, make it 5-1 Welland.
Mullen got enough of it to get it out of here in Hastings Stadium in a hurry. Left fielder was giving it chase, but unfortunately just ran out of real estate.
Landed just on the other side of the bullpen as the youngins go running for that ball.
And Mateo Persolato, who's already got a homer in this contest, will be the batter now. And it's a 5-1 lead for the Jackfish.
And Mullen, that is home run number 4 this season. Climbs to within 2 of the league lead, as that one goes across for strike 1. Of course, you look at the league leaders here in the IBL. Doesn't have to look too far.
No, just has to
got
look
one
down
right
the bench.
beside him.
Look down the bench, say, oh, hi, Steven, how you doing?
For contrast as well, J.D. Williams and Josh Garton both have 4 homers to their credit. Of course, Garton came out of the gate very hot. Won May Player of the Month in the IBL.
That he did.
1-2 count here on Porchelato as he lines one into right field. That's a base hit.
Interesting to see how long manager Dino Morel goes with Johnston in this situation. A young kid, you don't want him get his confidence completely destroyed against this team here either.
Well, and there's also that balance, too, where got another game coming up tomorrow afternoon against this very same team.
You want to have some guys left as far as arms go, too, but, yeah, it's just at the same time, you don't want to make it too bad on a youngster here.
I mean, for my money, you probably see Jan tomorrow afternoon.
I would think so.
Runner's going to go, and that's a wild pitch. Gets by Rosario. Diving in was Porchelato. He'll get in safely.
I think he didn't know about her telling him in the infield, hey, it's already past the catcher here. Probably if you're a Royals fan, that's probably a blessing in disguise.
Now, he steals that base technically, but do you call that a stolen base with that pass ball?
I think you still do because he was already going on the movement. At least that's what I'm putting it down as.
I asked that question only just for educational purposes, folks. It's to get into the mind of the scorekeeper. Sometimes we ask dumb questions some people might think are dumb questions, but really
it's just trying to explain something to the casual viewer, too.
Exactly. The 2-0 swing and a miss. Well, and that's as a journalist here as well. You know, I've been doing this a long time, Neil, and You know, some people will think, oh, why'd you ask that question? Oh, that was a stupid question. No, that was a dumb question.
No.
Sometimes it's just a point-blank question. You don't have to say much, and it's to get it from the horse's mouth, if you will, word for word.
Yep.
You don't have to put words into their mouth and explain why you're asking the question. It's, I'm asking you this, that's a you can give me your answer in your own words. As that one's well inside, 3-1. Just to kind of put you into the mindset of a journalist when we're asking questions.
Well, exactly.
When we're asking questions, particularly of high-ranking politicians. That's why we ask certain questions a certain way. Here's the 3-1 upstairs. And that's a walk for Brandon Hoope.
I wonder if Porcelado was just distracting Johnston a little too much on the base path there. He wasn't able to focus at the plate here. And Tyler Dupuis will be the batter now.
Well, that is a heck of a distraction over at second base. That is for sure. So runners on first and second here. And another big opportunity here for the Jackfish. Already leading 5-1.
I hope the Jackfish pay their laundry guys a lot of money, because that Porcelado's uniform at second base looks like it's going to need a thorough couple of scrubs and a couple of cycles.
As that one's going to be skied high and out of play. Well, luckily for the Jackfish, they have the home date, as mentioned before, the back half of the home and home between these two teams tomorrow afternoon.
Yep.
But then they're off until Friday in London. So have about 6 days to work with to get all the stains out. Sure, that's enough time.
I think so.
The 5-1. The runners are going to go off the pitch.
Yeah, Porcelado's definitely picked up something on Johnson's delivery here, because he didn't even hesitate there.
Yeah, immediately. Double steal.
He's trying to shake out the dirt out of something in his hand. I don't know if it's a sliding glove or whatever it is, but he's trying to shake it out.
So now runners on second and third. And that one just misses on the outside. So 2-1 is the count, 5-1 is your score. Dupuis watches that one go under the knees, 3-1. Dupuis reached on a fielder's choice his last time up.
Infield in again here just to try to knock it down.
And that one just missing on the outside. Trying to frame up that one was Rosario, but Dean Oberle wasn't having any of it. Now the bases are loaded for Grayson Barrett.
Barrett comes up again in another situation where he can drive in with more runs here. So we got the 1 RBI on the afternoon, and Dino Ramel is going to take a visit out to the mound to have some words with a young pitcher.
And again, this plays back into what happened in the fourth inning. It was nobody out, runners on base, infielders in. You know, very similar situation, but now you have the bases loaded. So now you have that opportunity where if you get a ground ball, you can just throw it to home and tag the plate. So we'll see what happens here between the runners and Wes Johnston. A young pitcher, as you mentioned, Neil, just see if he can work his way out of a jam here.
Yep.
It's going to be very tough, but.
And that'd be a visit charge to, of course, obviously. That's what the umpire was signaling. That is officially their second visit.
Now, when you get past 6, what's the penalty?
Right now, there's no penalties this year, but next year there will be. So
there we go. There we go. There's a strike one call.
And the only thing I don't like about point streak is there's no place for us to mark it either. So that's something the league's going to have to look at. Is there's going to be something we have a separate tally sheet or something we're going to have to keep.
Now, for the folks at home that are saying, "Oh, well, if there's no penalty, why not just do mound visits?" As that one's going to be skied into left field over the head of J.D. Williams. 1 run comes in to score. Here comes Hoope, and a base-clearing double for Grayson Barrett. Make it 8-1 Welland.
3 RBI double for Grayson Barrett. He hit it in the one spot that nobody could get to. Williams gave it chase, but unfortunately it took off on him. And now he's got 3 RBIs, and it's an 8-1 ball game here for the Jackfish. And that's going to be it for Johnston.
We'll have a new
Normel's coming back out right now.
We'll have a new pitcher coming into the ball game here. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. 8-1 is your score. Welland in control. And welcome back to Guelph Royals Baseball on YouTube. Glad you can join us. By the way, hit like and subscribe if you want to be notified anytime we have a game here at Hastings Stadium or anytime the Guelph Royals post some of that sweet, sweet content onto their YouTube page. Mark Perry, Neil Srivastava here with you, and it is a sweet, sweet game if you're a Welland Jackfish fan, I should say. 8-1 is the score, and Yomar Concepcion now on the hill here for the Guelph Royals.
Concepcion just tasked with trying to end this inning and give the Royals a chance to get the bats going back in the bottom of the inning.
Ethan Hunt in the batter's box here with Grayson Barrett on second. The 0-1 holds, and they're going to say he went around, so make it 0-2. Grayson Barrett a moment ago hitting a bases-loaded, base-clearing RBI, 3 RBI double.
Yep.
Say that one 10 times fast.
It's a tongue twister, man.
It really is. Concepcion gets the sign. Chopper down the third base line and scooped there by Masani over to first, and the hop grabbed there by Josh Garton.
Great play by Keon Masani there on that play. Not a lot of time with the base runner going down, and Hunt, who's got some decent wheels, but got it across the body and across the field in time.
And that is just the first out of the inning here, too.
Yeah,
so
to look back at my score sheet, go, wait, there's only one out here?
Yeah, again, Robert Mullen led off the inning with a home run. Mateo Porcelato singled. Hupe and Dupuis both walked. That loaded the bases for Barrett to clear them all, as that one skied down the left field line, foul.
I'm absolutely convinced guys hear me talking about them, so they just have great days. So I'm going to stop talking about players that are playing for other teams now. I'm going to be quiet.
There's no such thing as a broadcaster jinx. Not at all.
Well, then how do I keep willing things into existence?
The 0-1 is going to be fouled off. Could be just another entity, my friend.
Maybe. Maybe I've somehow opened a wormhole or something in the time-space continuums. Who knows? Let's not go there.
Let's not. Yeah, now we're just talking about space. The 0-2 swing and a miss. They got him. Second out of the inning.
Got to bring up Jake Sanford with 2 away and a runner still at third base. Sanford 0 for 2 in the contest, has a walk and a run scored and a stolen base.
And again, Concepcion, like you said, Neil, trying to just get out of a jam here. Making his 3rd appearance of the season, has 2 appearances so far, has gone 2 innings. As that one's going to be off the bat and in behind the backstop. No ERA. He hasn't given up a run this year. Of course, has been in jams like this all throughout his career. His 4th IBL season. Played in the Chinese Professional Baseball League in 2021-22. Swing, and he got another piece of it. Did Jake Sanford.
You just see how the guys who have played at the higher levels, especially in farm systems like the Yankees and everything else, have approached the bat when they're in the batter's box. Sanford just another textbook example of that.
Gets the sign, swing, and he did get a piece of it. Stays alive yet again.
You can see why the Yankees picked him at such a high pick as well, just by how he stands at the batter's box.
It makes himself look really big. I mean, he's big enough, 6'2", 220 pounds, but almost has that Aaron Judge-esque kind of stance with that power. And, you know, that comes into the teaching. Swing and a miss. They got him. 3 straight outs for Yomar Concepcion. They get out of the jam, but the Welland Jackfish add 4 on the board, make it 8-1. Stay with us. This is Guelph Royals Baseball on YouTube. Welcome back inside Hastings Stadium. It is 8-1 Welland as J.D. Rosario, the catcher for the Guelph Royals, starts things off here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Glad he can join us. That one's inside for ball 1.
Rosario 0 for 1 in the contest, grounded out 6-3 to TD6 in the 3rd inning.
Pitch number 50 from Markland is going to be fouled off and will land out of
Sixth inning
play.
and 50 pitches. Who are you, Greg Maddox?
He is a cookin',
Yep,
to borrow a phrase from 24 hours ago.
indeed.
Just call him Chef Markland. There we go. That one's in for a strike. 1-2 now, the count on Rosario.
It's a great thing to see when you come back into Hastings Stadium and it's like you look down the line, all you can see is nothing but lawn chairs.
Summertime is here, my friend. That one's downstairs, 2-2.
Even down the left field line, they're right around the corner there.
Yeah, there's
Down into the bend of the Royals bullpen.
some activities around the ballpark as well. As mentioned before, we had the clinic here, a number of youngsters being able to take that one in. That one just misses.
Now to run the count to full on Rosario. Owen Ellis waiting on deck. He struck out to end the 3rd inning.
Fans getting a bit loud here at Hastings, trying to will their boys into it. 8-1 is the score. That one is going to be sent into left center. Is it going to drop? Another? No, he didn't make the catch. We thought we were in for another highlight reel catch in the outfield from Welland, but Sanford just dropped it.
Just ran out of real estate, and that one just dropped in a hurry.
So Sanford will get on with the single.
I mean, Rosario gets on the single.
Yeah, Sanford didn't make the catch. Rosario gets on with a single. That's exactly what I meant.
That's exactly what it happens. Words be hard.
Words is hard, especially when you're calling games for 7 different teams.
Yep.
As that one's cued through Dupuis. Great play by the
Wow.
shortstop. Double play. They got him.
I tip
Wow.
the cap I'm not wearing to you, Mr. Dupuis. Wow.
Tyler Dupuis.
Wow.
Unbelievable turn. And you know what? That takes a lot of effort. On the turn to get
Yep.
the ball, to quickly get it over to second with enough time to get it over to first to turn that double play.
Yeah.
That is chef's kiss, folks.
Yeah.
That is a great play by the shortstop for the Welland Jackfish there.
A 6-4-3. Put the big star beside it. I'll be clipping that one later.
You'll never call me a homer after
No.
after that.
I'm sorry. I'm applauding for the other team here. Let's
Absolutely. You just have to tip your cap for something like that. You're
Yep.
trying to make plays, but the defense coming into play here yet again for the Jackfish. Swing and a miss for strike 1 on Brando LaRue.
LaRue with one of the 2 hits for the Royals in the contest. He should probably have 2, but that guy in right field denied him in the 1st inning.
Yeah, no big deal. Just another defensive
Yep.
masterpiece right there from Porcelato.
I think these guys go out there and just try to one-up each other.
I think so.
It's like, here, hold my pond water.
As that's another strike.
Which reminds me, I got to get one of those cans. I got to get somebody to drink the can first, but then I got to get one of those cans.
You're not going to drink it?
I try to stay away from alcohol these days.
Fair. The 1-2, that one over to Dupuis, gets it on the hop over to first in time, and that is a minimum faced by the Welland Jackfish. A single by Rosario. We raced on the double play, and we are through 6 here at Hastings. It's 8-1 Welland. Stay with us. Welcome back to Guelph Royals Baseball on YouTube. We want to apologize to the viewers. In the last inning, it was actually Chris Bowato pitching. A, we didn't get a signal from the umpire to say that there was a pitching change made. And B, 48 pitches through 5 innings of work, you had to assume that that was Brandon Markland on the mound.
That's what we were so focused on everything else we were doing on behind the scenes here, too. It's just like, okay.
As that one's chopped foul down the third baseline. So Markland goes 5 innings, 48 pitches, only gave up the single.
Yep.
Just a very tidy outing.
Very tidy outing. This, of course, is only his second appearance, so it's his longest appearance of the season so far.
The 0-1, another foul ball. As Steve Moretto is delivering some souvenirs to the folks here in Guelph.
Of course, reminded to the kids that if you're in the attendance here, you pick up the baseball, go ahead and turn it back into one of the stadium volunteers. Get yourself an autographed one. I think that's a fair trade.
I think so. And that one's going to go right off the back of Moretto, and he'll get on.
Concepcion knew that as soon as he let go of that pitch. You heard the groan out of his arm. Leadoff man aboard here for the Jackfish in the 7th inning.
Again, it's feeling a bit quieter here at Hastings Stadium with the scoreline the way it is. Little bit of activity here, but still a packed grandstand here on a beautiful day.
Indeed.
Moretto on first, Mullen the hitter. One's outside, ball 1. Of course, Mullen, the last time he was up, he put one over the fence. Couple of home runs for the Jackfish here this afternoon, as that one's going to go off the back of Mullen. Concepcion loses a bit of control there as Mullen will walk it off and get over to first base.
They're definitely not intentional. Just unfortunately, every time he's trying to go inside, the ball's just not going where he wants it intended anyways.
So Mullen on first, Moretto on second, and Porcelato, who launched one back in the 2nd inning, will step in here.
Still nobody away.
And this is the calling card here for the Jackfish. Do a lot of damage with nobody out and force the pitching change perhaps. Force a change in mindset. As there's strike 1. Just pile it on before the outs are made. That's what happened in the last inning. They had 4 runs on the board before the first out. Concepcion checks on the runner at second. That one in for a strike. So an 0-2 count here on Mateo Porcelato. A check there from Concepcion, the veteran. And that one's well outside, 1-2. One of 3 games happening in the IBL this afternoon. It is bottom 4 in Chatham-Kent. The Barnstormers trailing Barrie by a score of 2-1. Meantime, the Brantford Red Sox at home this afternoon at Arnold Anderson Stadium. They are up on Hamilton in the top of the third, 4-0. So that one's in for a strike. And he got him.
Retired for the first out of the inning. Got to think the Cardinals are just trying to figure a way to get back in that ball game after losing their 4th straight last night. Brantford, of course, losing another heartbreaker to the Royals, 3-2.
And, you know, the one thing that we've always known about the Brantford Red Sox, I mean, even look back at 21, 22, you know, a lot of those games, it was just that one inning that got away from them that ends up being their downfall. It really seems like Brantford's, you know, despite even their record, as that one's going to be chopped foul.
Yep.
Despite their record right now, it seems like they're starting to put things a little bit together. They have pieces. They're able to, put the ball in play. They're getting some lopsided scoring the other way this time.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. And it's just I think they're really maybe one or two pitchers in the back end short right now. And if they can figure that part out and find the pieces that are going to work there.
That one's off the back. Another hit batter for Concepcion.
I think that whatever that pitch is, I think he just needs to not stop trying to throw it today because it's not working. At least not on the right-handed batters, anyways.
So that will load the bases here for Tyler Dupuis.
Number 6, Tyler Dupuis.
And Jerry, while you were talking, a youngster down the line made a great catch too, and it got some high fives and some.
Yeah, future Royal. So I should mention that bases clearing double in the last inning by Grayson Barrett. That was the first hit surrendered by the Royals this season with the bases loaded.
Wow.
As that one goes downstairs for ball one. So, yeah, coming into this game, Guelph pitching with the bases loaded. Batters are 0 for 2. So that also tells you something, that they don't have the bases loaded too often. Now they've had the bases loaded in the last 2 innings. As that one's going to be skied into the grandstands and foul as you hear the blunk.
The plunk followed by the roll.
Yep.
I can tell you've done too many games in a ballpark when. We are getting close to that crazy number, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
You know,
2 hours into this contest.
remember one of my son's math teacher last year made him figure it out. How many we had done in this ballpark, roughly.
As that one sent into center field. J.D. Williams will come over. He'll track it down to make the catch. And coming in to score is Steve Moretto. Make it 9-1.
Give Tyler Dupuis the sac fly RBI. And it's now a 9-1 ball game, as Mark just mentioned.
So Mullen will stay at second. Hoope will stay at first. This will bring up Grayson Barrett. So 2 away here in the 7th. It's an out away from stretch time here at Hastings.
Disengaged there, not feeling confident in the pitch selection from Rosario.
And again, it's that delivery. And of note, the 3 batters that he hit were all righties. This is a lefty here, so I'm curious to see if he's going to attempt that pitch again from the outside coming in from the other way as Barrett swings through for strike 1.
Maybe that's why he disengaged. It's just like, no, don't feel it.
Gets the sign here from Rosario. Seems confident in this one. And that one goes in for a strike.
Yep. Yeah, it's got a 0-2 count on Grayson Barrett here.
And you see that delivery, too. Like, he's a big, big boy out there on the mound. And that one's sent into left center. Is it going to go down? Yes, it will. 1 run is going to come in to score. Double digits here for the Jackfish. That one goes over the head. But it looks like Hoope is content to just stay at third. Mullen comes in to score, make it 10-1.
Barrett gets credited with the single and the RBI. He'll go to second on the throw to third. That was over the head of the third baseman. Another RBI for Grayson Barrett. That's 5 on the day.
He is having himself a day, that is for sure. Now you're calling that a single, partner, correct?
Yes, I'm calling a single and then advancing on the throw.
All right.
As I'm just putting them in the point streak right now.
So runners on second and third here for Ethan Hunt. 7th batter of the inning here for the Jackfish. Swings through that, kind of a half swing, if you will, for strike 1. Of course, Welland 8 batters the last inning. 8 batters back in the 4th as well. So a couple of innings where things have really fallen apart here for the Royals.
Jackfish just remaining to stay hot here. That's unfortunately with those bats. That's what usually happens when you're on a 6-game winning streak. Everybody gets hot at the same time.
Tends to happen. Gets the sign. That one's sent up high and out of play. Almost an Ichiro swing there.
Almost.
But more importantly here, you have 2 out. You have an ability to get out of a jam here just with 1 right down, painting a bit of the black. And just missing it there. Rosario looked like he was trying to frame it.
Rosario is just young enough. He's going to need to study at the school of Junior Ibarra, the Robert Mullins and everything else, just to get that, pulling it back in a little bit with not making it so obvious.
Exactly. It's that subtle movement that can fool the umpire. A 1-2 count. Chopper stays in the infield. Over to first and in. No, he's safe. The runner will score. Ethan Hunt gets on base.
And that'll be an unfortunate error on the shortstop. They pulled Garton off on the throw.
11-1 is your score, and for the 3rd time this afternoon, the 8th batter of the inning will step in for the Welland Jackfish.
Runners on the corners now with 2 away.
So again, Hoope came in to score. That is Barrett on 3rd, Hunt on 1st. Concepcion with a bit of work to do here as that one goes into the dirt. Dawson Tweet 0 for 4, including a pair of strikeouts. Throw over to first, not in time. And again, this is, Welland Jackfish baseball. They had a bit of trouble getting on the base path in the first 3 innings, minus the home run from Porchelato in the 2nd. But then they start to get that ball rolling. As that one sent up high into right field, it is going to drop. Another run comes in to score. Make this a double here for Dawson Tweet. Play at the plate, no play, as 2 runs will come in to score. 13-1 now for Welland.
2 RBI double for Dawson Tweet, and that's probably going to be it for Yomar Concepcion as manager Dina Rommel is coming out here. Although it didn't look like there was anybody down there getting loose, but maybe there is, just we can't see them over the top of the fence there.
And we need the binoculars, not only to check in on bullpens and dugouts, but also onto the mound, apparently.
Yeah, that is going to be it for Yomar Concepcion here.
Jackfish will bat around the order with Sanford due up. We'll see who comes into the ballgame. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to Guelph Royals Baseball on YouTube as we continue on here in the 7th inning. 5 runs on the board this inning from the Welland Jackfish. The 9th batter, Jake Sanford, now facing Danny Garcia for the Royals.
Garcia's got one appearance so far. He's pitched 1 inning. He's allowed 3 hits, 3 runs earned, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. The ERA is 27 on the nose.
Just trying to keep a lot of eyes on Mr. Garcia as he tries to get out of the jam, as that one's knocked down the first base line, foul.
Runs the count to 1-1.
4th pitcher here this afternoon for Guelph. It started with Jacob Cush. Wes Johnston came next. Yomar Concepcion just got the hook, and as mentioned before, Danny Garcia now here. Takes a look over at second at Dawson Tweet as that one goes well outside, 2-1. Sanford has crossed the plate once here today. That came back in that 3-run 4th inning. Holds off, and that one just under the knees for ball 3. You can hear a pin drop here at Hastings, despite the crowd here still here en masse.
Yep.
Another check over at second. That one in for a strike.
And that'll run the count to full here on Sanford. Garcia just trying to battle his way out through and do what Yomar Concepcion did when he got the call from the bullpen, just put the fire out in the inning.
Getting so close to stretch time. You can just feel it. That one outside, and that's a walk. It's Moretto, who actually led off the inning, will step in for his second.
The 10th batter of the inning now.
Yeah, I was going to say at bat, but he didn't actually get an at bat the last time because it was a hit by a pitch. So we'll see what Moretto can do here again. A single, a hit by pitch. He has crossed the plate twice. Sanford on first, Tweet on second. That one just painting the outside for strike 1. Of course, Sanford has also flown out twice. Flew out to left field back in the first.
Popped out to second base.
Yes, he did. And that one set up high. Playable here in right field. Ellis will come over and make the catch. We're into stretch time here at Hastings Stadium in Guelph. It's 13-1 Welland. Stay with us. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to Guelph Royals baseball on YouTube. 13-1 is your score. The Welland Jackfish putting a whole lot of runs on the board here on a Saturday afternoon. How much will they have left in the tank tomorrow afternoon for their Father's Day at the Pond? Of course, a rematch between these two teams, a 1:05 first pitch. Bottom 7 here for the time being, and that is going to be strike 1 on Ryosuke Ohashi. Chris Bowato still on the hill here for the Welland Jackfish into his second inning of work.
A stellar first inning for him, that's for sure. Got a great pick-me-up from the defense as well, and one Tyler Dupuis behind him.
Of course, the Maple, Ontario native, the delivery, that one sent up high. Playable perhaps down the third base line. No, that one's going to drop out of play. Well, just wrapping up right now out in St. Mary's. It is the induction ceremony for the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame. Just want to send out a congratulations to the class of 2024. Russell Martin, Ashley Stevenson, Rod Heisler, Paul Godfrey, and Howard Burney, and Jimmy Key.
Yep.
Not to mention Buck Martinez getting presented with the Jack Rainey Award.
That's a really good class right there.
That is a very good class. Ashley Stevenson, of course, in the coaching ranks with the Blue Jays system, as that one's chopped foul. Also, a former member of the Laurier Golden Hawks, was part of the national championship team with the women's hockey program.
Mm-hmm.
Was a multi-sport athlete. Of course, Russell Martin, a former Blue Jay, as part of that 2015 playoff run. As that one's sent up high. Playable. Dupuis gets called off, and it's going to bounce off. Did that bounce off of Dupuis?
I think it did, because he just made that weird move.
It looked like he was getting called off, and it hit him in the head. Tyler Dupuis is shaking it off, and I can see the smile on his face from here.
Like,
I would definitely say if it was a lot closer of a game, that would not be a grin on his face.
No, he'd be like, oh, man, sorry, guys. But
Tyler Dupuis takes one off the noggin.
Yep. Not as bad as Jose Canseco taking that one off the head, though.
Yeah, no.
That play still comes up in my feed once in a while.
Sorry to bring back past trauma, Mr. Canseco. Actually follows me on Twitter.
That's cool.
Just crazy to me.
Well, I've got John Cena, but that doesn't. I think John Cena sees everybody.
Well, Josh Garton sends a liner down. That is a long foul ball. Thought Garton Mania was going to run wild there.
Almost. There's a shirt now.
There is a shirt.
It's very limited edition.
I didn't endorse it.
No.
Because I know about copyrights and all that stuff, trademarks, as that one downstairs.
But didn't you start it? So
I did start it. I blame myself. It is what it is. We'll just leave it at that.
Yep. So that's officially going to go as a base hit because we can't fault Dupuis on that one. He was trying to backpedal into it and try to get the glove on it.
There's a swing and a miss from Garton, 1-2.
And I'm sure he would not argue otherwise. I don't think he wants an error charged on him on that one. Unfortunately, being a victim of a foul, a baseball in the noggin.
Can you imagine a scorekeeper doing that? As that one's set up high.
That one is
deep
gone.
To left, deep to center field, and that is a rocket from Josh Garton, a 2-run home run, bringing Hastings to their feet, make it 13-3.
Garton just missed one a couple of pitches ago and then made no doubt on that one as he cleared the fence in center field. Over Maggie's wall, as I've always called it here, because Maggie Leglaw insisted we get a higher fence in center field to protect the softball players.
So still a big hill to climb here for the Guelph Royals, but that provides a bit of life as that one set up high. Down the first base line, coming over, and he makes the catch! Mateo Porcelato, yet again, on the run, makes a diving catch.
I just feel bad whoever's got to do the laundry on Porcelato stuff because they got grass stains on the front and the back now. As Porcelato is just the human highlight reel today.
That
a
is
heck
the
of a play.
second diving catch made. You go back to the first. Whew.
We got some clips today.
You got some clips. One away here in the 7th. As that one goes down Broadway for strike one.
Keep checking to make sure I'm not missing something from somebody.
Well, it is Bowato. I can
Yeah.
tell you right now, that is
Yeah.
number 22 in green.
We've double checked.
The delivery downstairs. Of course, Bowato in his 7th season in the IBL, former London major. Former member
Garton's
of-
getting that big hug from his kids down the line.
Absolutely. That's a Father's Day gift right there. There's a strike. 1-2. 5th home run of the season for Garton has now retaken the lead on the Royals staff.
We take the RBI lead, too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, indeed. As that one's sent foul. As now Masani will just tie up his shoe and get back into the play here. Yeah, so yes, indeed. Although J.D. Williams, yeah, he did not drive in any runs here, so.
Yep.
Yeah, so make it 13 RBI for Josh Garton. He passes the dozen on the board for J.D. Williams. And now a 2-2 count here on Masani. And that was dead center, folks.
Yep. Up and over the flag, over the Canadian flag in center field.
Look out for the softball players in Exhibition Park. That one's lined into right field, and that's going to be a base hit. So Masani gets on here with a single, and that'll bring up the aforementioned J.D. Williams.
Williams 0 for 2 in the contest. Grounded out to the pitcher. Grounded at the first baseman, thrown to the pitcher, and struck out swinging in the 5th inning.
Thought a signal was being made there from Dean Oberle, but again, J.D. Williams, the center fielder, who has been busy this afternoon on the defensive end of things. Another opportunity to try close that deficit a little bit more. Again, it's a 10-run lead here for Welland. 3 runs in the 4th. Swing and a miss for strike 2. 4 runs in the 6th, 5 runs in the 7th. And again, it's, they just keep piling it on. And that's strike 3. And JD can't believe it. And now he's having a word here with Oberle. And you can see there, McLeod says, okay, let's go.
No, man, we need you tomorrow, so don't make it a short shower trip here.
You saw what happened last week here, folks. So that's the second out. So McLeod 0 for 2. He'll watch that one go right at belt level for strike 1. Of course, as mentioned, 1:05 first pitch from Welland. Guelph will then host Brantford next Tuesday as Mullen keeps that one in front of him.
That game, of course, you can watch on Rogers TV at home, plus you can also watch it on our YouTube channel as well.
Yeah, I won't be here for that one.
I'll do my best.
I'll be calling another game on Rogers TV. Actually, Cable 14 will be doing the Six Nations contest. As that one is cued into left center on the run and just over the head of Sanford. Circling around third is Masani. It's all the way at the fence. An RBI double for Jeff McLeod. 13-4.
Royals get their bats going once again here in the inning. Still a big mountain to climb here, but it's going to bode well for their spirits going into tomorrow's contest for sure.
Absolutely. Masani circling the bases all the way from first to come in. So J.D. Rosario will come in here.
He singled his last time up in the 6th inning. Got erased on that crazy double play by Tyler Dupuis.
And watches that one paint the outside of the plate for strike one. Watto delivers. Just misses outside, 1-1. It's the sign here from Mullen. That one's well inside, 2-1. And Watto has been in these situations before. You know, you think back even to that game against Toronto last Sunday and how many pitchers they ate up. Of course, Saldana goes 5 1/3 last Thursday. Only into their second pitcher of the game here this afternoon. Think about the availability this team will have tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, we see a lot of heads poking over the dugout there waiting for their chance in here.
Here's the 3-1. In for ball 4, and Rosario will take his base.
Gonna bring up Owen Ellis, who's 0 for 2. He struck out in the 3rd inning and grounded in that double play last inning in the 6th. Representing the 9th batter, I believe.
This is number 8.
Number 8, yes.
Yeah, LaRue will be on deck. He would be number 9. Of course, Ohashi started things off with a single before that 2-run home run from Garton. And that one's down and in for ball 1. Owen Ellis out in right field today. Another guy that's been a little bit busy. And that paints outside for strike 1. Of course, Guelph had a busy weekend last weekend. Last Friday, a 6-2 victory in Brantford. 6-1 loss to Toronto on Saturday. As that one catches the outside again for strike 2. Had a bit of rest coming to Friday against Brantford again. 2 straight Friday nights at Arnold Anderson Stadium with those 8:20 first pitches.
Definitely some weird scheduling quirks again this year.
The 1-2, that one sent in right in front of Porcelato, and he will go on the hop to make
might be
that
the easiest
catch.
catch he made all day.
I think so. We're through 7 here at Hastings. It's 13-4 Welland. Stay with us. We'll be back after this.
Wish you knew how to do it.
Welcome back to Guelph Royals Baseball on YouTube. We're live at Hastings Stadium for the 8th inning. It is 13-4 Welland. Mark Perry, Neil Srivastava here in the broadcast booth. And leading things off here is Robert Mullen.
Actually, it's a pinch hitter for Mullen.
Yeah, actually it is, number 2.
That is Ryan. I'm going to say his last name wrong. I always say it wrong. Go to the cheat sheet now.
Patres.
Patres, there we go.
That is Patres.
Asked Jason McKay for it yesterday, and he was kind enough to send it along. I just unfortunately didn't take it out of my phone yet.
The delivery, 3 very quick pitches there from Garcia. It's a 2-1 count here. The delivery in for a strike. Of course, 10 batters sent to the plate in the 7th. 5 runs on the board. It was a long inning for the Welland Jackfish as that one sent well out of play. Garcia still sticking around, and you have to think at this stage, as that one sent into left center. Down it will go, a base hit. Circling around, and Patres had to park the brakes there. As he will stay in there and just stay with the single. Just a good heads-up play by the outfielder there, Williams, to just get it right back into the infield.
And then again, it's just the Jackfish way. They like to challenge guys, even on the defense. If they're catching them a little bit napping or something, especially in the later stages of the game, they're up by a lot, but they're still going to run the bases aggressively here.
Yes, they are. No quit as Mateo Porchelato will step in here for his 5th plate appearance of the afternoon. Down into the dirt, 1-0. And that one's down the first base line. Garton over to second. They'll get the lead runner, and that will just
probably a
be
smart
it.
play by Brandon LaRue on that one, just to recognize that Danny Garcia was not close enough to the bag to even take an attempt to throw across. Just take the lead runner here.
Was that a 3-6?
3-6, yes, sir.
So 3-6 put out. Mateo Porchelato gets in with the fielder's choice. Reaches base for the 3rd time today. Brandon Hoope now steps in. Swing and a miss for strike 1. And you can see out there Porchelato was halfway to second, because you see the way the infield is right here. Garton isn't even close to first. Nope. That one down the 3rd base line, over to second, over to first, and in time they get the double play.
Around the horn they go, a 5-4-3 double play. That ends the Jackfish inning here in the 8th inning.
Absolutely. Bottom 8 upcoming here from Hastings. 13-4 is your score. Welcome back to Guelph Royals Baseball on YouTube. A little bit of personnel changes on the behalf of the Welland Jackfish as we get set for the bottom half of the 8th inning. Seems like the infield is pretty much the same besides Tyson Gom over in at third base for Ethan Hunt. You have in behind the dish, that is Greg Marco now, and Scott Gillespie, the pitcher, as he delivers to the plate and fouled away by Brando LaRue.
Yep, LaRue fouls that one off. Our mystery guest is still typing here. I hate that when it happens on those phones.
Well, at least he's not leaving you on read.
True.
Gillespie gets the sign here from Marco. And that's in for a strike. Of course, Gillespie from out west, Sherwood Park, Alberta, in his third IBL season. Has some Frontier League experience under his belt, too.
They do such a great job of recruiting from all over Canada right now, that's for sure.
That's a swing and a miss for strike 3.
The second baseman, number 24, Ryosuke.
So Ryosuke Ohashi will come in here now, and I believe the outfield is the same here for Welland.
Yeah,
I don't think they've changed that up.
No, we definitely can tell it's Porcelato in right field. The grass stains on both sides
Hey,
of the fence.
Porcelato has got some, what's the war wounds, if you will. The delivery to the plate just outside for ball 1. Sure, you think he washes Tide with cold?
I'm hoping so, because I don't know how else you're going to get the stains out unless you got like a box of something like Stain Away or something.
No.
I got to do laundry tonight, too.
Oh, same here, partner.
It's my only night off, so I got to do laundry. Actually, I think Jenny did the laundry, so.
There you go.
Bless you, Jenny. Thank you. And
It's
I think
a Father's Day gift.
Yeah, and she did groceries, too, so I don't even have to do that. So I'm like,
wow.
Oh, I'm definitely watching Castle tonight, that's for sure.
Yes, yes, indeed.
Find some snacks and go find a quiet corner somewhere and watch that.
Yeah, see if Drew wins the world title in his home country. The delivery to the plate upstairs, 2-1.
You have to silence everything on social and
Yeah,
everything else.
same.
If we missed something on text messages, our apologies, folks. We just try out of respect to flip the phones the other way around, not to look at things.
Yeah.
Don't want spoilers.
The 2-1 outside, upstairs, 3-1. Speaking of taking a look at what is happening outside of this ballpark, let's take a look around the scoreboard here in the IBL. It is 3-2 Chatham-Kent. They are up on Barrie in the bottom of the 6th. And in bottom 5, Brantford still with the lead on Hamilton. Now 4-1 as that one's outside. And a walk issued to Ohashi.
Not sure who started for the Red Sox today. I know last night it was Laukkanen, so.
Well, I'd be able to tell you, but.
Yeah, I got to show you how to fix that. Can't. You might be able to get it on the. You might be able to load the mobile app.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, it's
looks
actually
like
working.
it's Suker playing there for Brantford.
And there we go. He's Officer Greg Marco now.
Officer Marco. Congratulations to him.
Yes. Joining Officer Dalton Pompey.
So Josh Garton in here for his 4th plate appearance of the afternoon. I'm assuming you just call him Constable Marco.
Yep.
Constable catcher here today. 13-4. The Jackfish leading as a big swing and a miss.
So I'm going to assume he's probably either in the Welland detachment or the Niagara detachment. I'm assuming.
I would assume so. Then again, you kind of move around everywhere.
True.
Comes the 1-1. Swing and a miss.
Garton had eyes on that one going over a fence somewhere if he made contact with it.
Oh, another scoreboard update. It is now 4-3. Hamilton has gotten 2 runs in the 6th, and they have closed the gap to within 1.
Does this mean it's actually working finally, or is it still?
It might. It might. We'll see.
Keep our fingers crossed.
I have my fingers and toes crossed as that one's knocked down the line. Foul. And Garton is arguing it here, saying it missed it by that much.
Played a base umpire having a little too much fun down there.
Absolutely.
You missed it by Maxwell Smart. Nobody else will get that reference. I know. It's sad.
You're smart.
Yep.
Some of us are smart. Some of us get smart. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Garton back in, facing the 1-2 here against Gillespie. That one into the dirt.
Speaking of which, you gave Mr. Duffy quite the scare last night.
I did. I heard. I was watching the game while I was taking notes for today's game.
You thought you for certain were legitimately in his office.
Once a summer is good with me.
Yep.
I always appreciate Reed Duffy. Definitely
Yep.
helps out all the visiting broadcasters who come into that building.
Yep. And they did such a great job in such a short period of time to
They
build it. They got
did.
going, too.
You can nitpick, but what it was presented,
Yep.
you can't complain. As that one sent into center field, and only having to take a step back there was Hoope, and he'll make the catch. Mark Nellis now will come in here for Guelph.
Garton retired on the line drive to center field. Mark Nellis is 0 for 3 in the contest. Pair of groundouts and a flyout to right field in the 7th.
So Nellis has been making contact.
There we go. That's the answer to the. I had to think about what was he talking about first, and I realized what it was. There's the answer.
13-4 is your score. As that one's lined into left field. Circling around second and putting on the brakes there is Ohashi. A base hit here for Nellis.
It's not an ancient Chinese secret anymore, but now it's it's car wash clips in the shower and a power washer on the uniforms. Yeah, I don't doubt it.
Yeah, just put a couple of quarters in.
Yep.
Get 3 or 4 minutes. Wash it down. Get us new.
There's a first and second now for the Royals.
If it's glossy, you might have a couple of soap stains, but
Yeah.
you get what you pay for. Osani, the batter here now. Singled and scored his last time up.
Never a dull moment.
No.
At least my phone's relatively quiet tonight. Yesterday it was just going all over the place.
Well, it's because you turned off your notifications.
Yes. True.
And we got a seagull flying.
Seagull doesn't want to go away, and we got 2 of them flying around looking for some snacks.
Just hanging around.
I'm going to call Randy Johnson, okay?
The delivery well inside and doesn't hit Mosani, and Cats now 1-1. Now there's just 2 of them just flying around, having some fun, enjoying the
Well,
sunshine.
they probably can see the. Is there French fries here? Or it's just popcorn and
Might
hot
have been the
dogs?
barbecue.
Might have been the barbecue, yeah.
The 1-1. That one's fouled off. So J.D. Williams on deck. We do have 2 away here in the 8th. A 9-run ball game. But no lead is safe in the IBL.
Seen it many times.
Check over at second. The delivery into the dirt bounces off of Marco,
Yeah,
and
right
the
up the line.
constable just can't control it.
That's an odd one. I've never seen it actually go right down to the first baseman. A kick save by Marco.
Now runners on second and third here for Guelph.
And a 2-2 count on Mosani.
Again, runners in scoring position. Guelph is hitting .322 this year coming in. Welland. Batters facing them with runners in scoring position, 24 for 118. That's a 203 clip. Still very respectable in that respect. And that one's down the line, foul. But more importantly, with 2 out. So Guelph, their batters with runners in scoring position with 2 out specifically coming into this contest, hitting .324 with a home run.
That's insane. Getting the job when they're done when they have to have runners in scoring position.
So runners on second and third here now as that one's curved in, and looks like Dean Oberle says that was a little high.
Yep. That'll run the count to full here.
So second and third. That is Ohashi on third and Nellis on second. And Gillespie will get the sign here. Another one fouled away. Good at bat here from Masani. Just continuing to work his way. And, you know, this has a good impact too because you have the ability to just pick up what is being offered. Gillespie trying to offer a little bit of everything here at this at-bat. Well outside, wild pitch.
And that's ball 4 as well.
Absolutely. Ohashi will come in. Masani will take his base. 13-5 is your score now. And runners are now on the corners.
Somebody else is going to take the jog down to the Jackfish bullpen. It's more of a slow stroll here.
Well, that actually looks like that is Bowato going down.
Maybe he just wants to.
Maybe just have a conversation.
Yep, conversation. Or even
Bowato has been in this game already. He's already been pulled.
Yep. Maybe just going down and say, hey, so-and-so's up for the 9th or something.
That one downstairs. Maybe he's going to unleash you-know-who.
Mm-hmm.
So Williams, who has struck out twice in this game, cues that one. That one gets by the third baseman. A base hit for JD. Another run comes in to score, make it 13-6.
Williams with the RBI single. Masani up, stops at second. Williams at first. And it's now a 7-run ball game.
Jeff McLeod will come in here. And again, that goes back to that stat. Runners in scoring position, 2 out, hitting .324. A team that just does not give up. They see that 2 out on the board. Something goes off. Look over to second base at Masani. Well inside, ball 1 on McLeod. Guelph looking for a big inning here. And they're going to call time. Got to get the youngsters off of the warning track.
The youngsters got to realize, hey, we're in play here, so just stay on the grass, guys. We get it, because they're all looking for souvenirs down there.
You know, after a while, yes, you love that look, that view, but you have to wonder if they're going to maybe put in a fence there at one point.
We're going to have to put something, especially if we're going to get these kind of crowds here. Just to
absolutely
keep them reminded. We're going to have to maybe we'll have to post some signs down the lines too. Hey, the edge of the grass is the in-play line, so please respect the boundaries. Don't interfere with the play.
It's a safety thing, too.
Oh, exactly.
The 2-0. That one down the line foul.
Well, you saw Josh Gerton trying to make a play down there one time. He had the kids in the peripheral vision, too. So.
And there you see them going into the field of play after the foul ball was called, and they're going to go back.
We may have to send a staff member down and just have a conversation with a polite one. Just,
yeah,
hey.
So, folks, if you are watching this and you do come to a game at Hastings Stadium, you see that warning track down the line here. It's the other side of the grass. If you can please stay on that side. That one outside 3-1. It's a safety factor, and you don't want to interfere with the play.
Well, exactly. You don't want a Royal getting called out on interference because the fan interfered with the play.
Gillespie, that's the sign. That one knocked through and on the hop. It's going to be grabbed there by Moretto. He'll come and tag the bag, and that will do it. They'll strand a pair of runners, but a couple runners come in to score. Make it 13-6. The Jackfish leading the Royals through 8 here at Hastings. Stay with us. Top of the 9th upcoming. Welcome back to Guelph Royals Baseball on YouTube. 9th inning here at Hastings. It is 13-6. The Welland Jackfish leading the Guelph Royals. And bottom of the order due up here for the visitors, and they will take on Jorge De La Cruz.
De La Cruz in just to finish off the 9th inning here for the Royals. Going to give his Royals teammates an opportunity to come back with only down by 7.
Looked like he almost lost his footing on that last delivery. And chopper down the third base line. Massani over to first and in time. Looked like it was a bit high, but Garton did get the foot down.
Those 25-inch pythons pulling that one down.
It's running wild, my friend. Running wild. So Grayson Barrett will come in here. He's got 3 hits today.
5 RBIs. Definitely helped the average, that's for sure.
And you think about it, too, and just how deep this team is. That's your number 8 hitter here today.
On most teams, this guy will be batting in probably the top 3.
That one's in for ball 2. Just missing on the inside.
But if you get this kind of run protection on the bottom half of your order, that just bodes well.
Sets things up nicely for the top of the order again, as that one goes upstairs quickly. 3-0. He's really holding off. So they're just going to change up baseballs there.
It just wasn't filling the seams on the other one.
So De La Cruz making his 4th appearance of the season. The delivery upstairs, and that is a 4-pitch walk to Barrett.
Tyson Gom will be the batter now, the third baseman who took over for Ethan Hunt. Will make his first plate appearance.
Now batting for Welland, number 25, Tyson Gong.
Again, Gom. The Mississauga native hits one high. He hits one deep. All the way back to the warning track it goes. Gom circles around, gets in with a stand-up double here in the 9th. As that one bounced just in front of the warning track.
Indeed it did. And thankfully the fence is high enough to keep it in. Although it would have been a ground rule double then.
So Barrett to third, Gom to second. And that, as we talked about before, when you have your bottom of the order guys hitting the way they are, it sets up well for the top of the order. Now you have your leadoff guy, Dawson Tweet, with 2 runners in scoring position. And just the 1 out.
And Tweet's 1 for 5 in the contest.
And that one, of course, was a double in the 7th, part of a big 7th inning. That one's high and outside. Despite the score line, it's been a fun one here this afternoon. A lot of fans here in attendance.
Definitely has been.
That one's up and in for ball 3. And De La Cruz having a bit of an issue here locating the strike zone.
Again, it's just going to be that getting used to coming up from that bullpen mound to this mound and everything else just is totally different.
And that's in for a strike.
A lot of fans sticking it out here anyways to the bitter end.
It's great to see.
Maybe a lot of dads waiting to play catch with their kids after the game.
That's right. That one knocked down the first base line. What a grab there from Josh Garton. He'll get the 1, but a runner comes in to score, make it 14-6.
I don't know if that woke him up down there or what, but it was just a weird head fake. It was just one of those, whoa, whoa. I'm here.
Number 13, Jake Sanford.
You can't miss him.
Nope.
That's the 2nd out of the inning. Tyson Gom advances over to third, and that'll bring up Jake Sanford.
Indeed it will. Give Tweet the RBI on the ground out.
There's a swing and a miss for strike 1 to the left fielder, wearing number 13. The delivery down into the dirt. Now, was that De La Cruz's runner?
Yep.
Okay. So that would mean De La Cruz, that is the first earned run he has surrendered this year. As that one's popped up. Playable down the third base line. Coming over, making the catch is Massani. That will retire the side. A huge hill to climb here for the Royals. They are down by 8 as we head to the bottom of the 9th. Stay with us. This is Guelph Royals Baseball on YouTube. Welcome back to Guelph Royals Baseball on YouTube. Bottom of the 9th here at Hastings. A big hill to climb, 14-6. The Guelph Royals trailing the Welland Jackfish, who are on quite the heater, and we're going to have a conversation here. So of course, we do have a new pitcher into the ball game. That is Caleb Fierestake.
Yep. They get not counted as a mound visit. This is considering a cross-up, or in this case, because the catcher and pitcher hadn't seen each other before they came out. Just want to make sure they're on the same page as far as signs go. So they go to the umpire and ask him to come out with them just so they make sure they're just talking about signs. And not dish patterns or something else for somebody's wedding shower.
Absolutely. The delivery, swing and a miss for strike one.
I got to watch that movie again, too.
Wedding Crashers?
No, Bull Durham.
Oh, yes. What was I thinking? Wedding Crashers.
I don't know why you're thinking Wedding Crashers there.
Probably the TikToks.
Yeah, maybe.
The 0-1 outside. Now, we know what we're watching tonight.
Yes. Make sure you message me, okay, I'm at this point, before I start sending text messages back. So
Please
I don't want to like, oh, my God, did you just see whatever happened here? I'll give you the friendly, hey, I'm watching it now, so.
Okay, I'll do the same as soon as I start it. My roommates might interrupt me every now and then, but, you know.
That happens.
Yep. 2-1 count here on Rosario. Swing, and got a bit of it, but didn't get really anything of it at all. 2-2.
Might have been questionably foul tipped into the glove.
You just hear that little tick.
Yeah.
The delivery outside, 3-2.
Of course, Fierestake was brought on originally by the Jackfish as an outfielder, but this year he's been working a lot in the offseason as a pitcher and just wants to find a way to contribute into this lineup any way he can.
Just such a utility guy to have. The delivery, that one sent up high, right in the wheelhouse of Porchelato and right into his front porch. He'll make the catch.
Yep. I think he's just kind of breathing a sigh of relief out in right field. Hey, he didn't have to do much on that one.
I didn't have to dive that time.
Yep.
So Owen Ellis is now the batter.
Ellis is 0 for 3. Strikeout, grounded into that double play in the 6th inning, and then flew out to right field in the 7th.
And these two teams will do it again tomorrow afternoon in Welland, a 1:05 first pitch. Get your tickets now or tune in on YouTube. That one's knocked down the line. Foul. It looked like the Hall of
mailman
Famer.
almost got that one.
Almost.
Almost. And nobody's going to make a comment because PA will throw one at them in batting practice. They do.
Yes, indeed.
He's been known to wing the minute occasionally when he's been ticked off at certain players.
Guy's a legend.
Yes, he is.
One knocked down the line, and
got
the
his hand
kids
up
are
again.
going after that one. I don't think PA is getting that one.
No, that was a little too tall.
I mean, back in his day, he might have been able to, and now he's also going to try to get the kids off of the.
He was a one-time All-Star in the Intercounty in 1985.
Yes, he was. Again, just inducted into the Guelph Sports Hall of Fame.
Long, long overdue for that guy.
Absolutely.
And, you know, I guarantee he probably pushed it off as long as he could, too. Because, you know, he's always been that kind of guy. Very humble. Very about everybody else but himself.
Yeah, but after a while, it's, all right, take your flowers, sir.
Exactly.
We're trying to give you,
I know.
He's gotten, 6 bouquets before he actually took a flower out?
Yep. But keeping that from him was harder than actually finding. I know Dino found out early. I found out early because I was just down at the Sports Hall of Fame filling out a ballot for something else, and it was like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Absolutely.
Really? Okay, interesting. Thanks. So I went home and did a graphic.
But so well deserved. The 2-2 outside. Of course, I know somebody on the committee, so I did find out a little bit early as well.
Yep.
Actually, no, he kept it from me.
Wow.
Yeah, he really kept it from me.
Really?
And that one's set up high. Porcelato parks underneath it. He'll make the catch. And the Royals are now down to their final outs.
Brandon Relu will come up to bat here once again. 1 for 4 in the contest. A single, a run scored. Probably will have words with Porcelato after the ball game about that one on the ninth in the first inning. How dare you deny me? But hey, what a great catch.
Yeah, look for that one on Plays of the Week. We might have to do a bit of a zoomed in job on the editing.
We'll do our best.
Absolutely.
We'll work on that tonight while I'm watching that Castle.
There's a pitch painting the outside.
Well, that's usually my Monday nights.
You mean you're not choosing power rankings at that point?
I usually put, if I get asked, I usually put my ballot in first thing in the morning, like 6 a.m.
Fair enough. That one well inside.
That's usually the drive home from London or Hamilton and filling in the ballot then. So.
Let Jenny do the driving. You fill it in.
Yep. Well, it's still fresh in my brain as far as that stuff goes, and I don't envy the poor guy who has to pick the pitcher of the week already because he's got 3 performances from last night to sort through.
Absolutely. That one down the line, foul.
Plus, you still got another day of baseball to happen today and tomorrow.
Yes. So Furistake trying to close things out here. 1-2 count, 2 out here on LaRue. Well outside, 2-2. 2s across the board. Balls, strikes, outs. 14-6 the score. Welland looking to make it 7 in a row. The delivery upstairs, 3-2.
LaRue thought about going, then realized, okay, that's above my waistline here and everything else. I'm going to have to swing at that one. I'm not going to do what I want to do with that baseball.
And LaRue has singled and scored in this game. That came back in the 4th. Of course, he was the first hit of the game. And he'll put one high. Playable down in foul territory and making the catch there. But was he out of play?
He was out of play.
He was out of play.
Yep.
It was on the other side of the warning track, and that's a weird area too because you can't really tell what is in, what is out, and that is where you might want to put in that line like you have down the other side.
I think that might just have been a city worker forgot they had to do it on the other side. Or it could have been somebody's responsibility on this side, and somebody else didn't realize, oh, so let's put the line down there.
Yeah. And you can tell Joel Goom was having a conversation there with Steve Moretto, and Moretto made that motion where he just said,
man,
I just got to plant my feet and go that way.
Yeah. Oh, it's so great to see these things.
Again, closer game. You're probably not smiling as much, but
it's probably more heated.
Absolutely. That one upstairs, and a walk is issued. Brando LaRue will get on base.
Ohashi will come to bat now with 1 on and 2 away here in the 9th inning. Ohashi 1 for 3 in the contest. A walk, 2 runs scored, and a single. 2 groundouts to the second baseman.
Ohashi just continues to supplement himself into the lineup here more and more, working his way up the ladder. Of course, we've seen him kind of in the middle of the order. Now it's a lot younger of a team here today as he'll foul that one off. You know, being a bit younger, he's found himself to be a veteran on this lineup 1 through 9 here today, so he moves his way up. And, again, it's well-earned. It doesn't necessarily have to do with the younger lineup today. It's the guy that's earned his stripes. The delivery fouled off again. So quickly the count now 0-2. Another opportunity for Furistake to finish this one off. You'll get the sign here from Marco. And that one's cued down the left field line. It drops fair, circling around to third, and in is Brando LaRue on the double from Ohashi. So the Royals fly out to right field twice before Brando LaRue gets on base, and Ohashi now giving a bit more life to this crowd here at Hastings. Josh Garton with 2 men aboard here in the 9th.
One swing can make this a lot more interesting.
Yes, indeed, sir. Swing and a miss. You know he wanted that one. Oh, that was a home run cut if there ever was one. Garton.
That just about knocked over half the stands in the right field line with that breeze.
Of course, hit a no-doubter to center field earlier on today. That one, chopper down the first base line, grabbed there by Moretto, calls off his man, and he will touch the bag. And the Welland Jackfish have now won 7 in a row. They take this one by a score of 14-6. The Guelph Royals will fall to 6-3. Welland, now the first team in the IBL this year to crack 10 victories in 2024. And these two teams will do it all over again tomorrow afternoon at the pond, down the 401, down the QEW. Safe drive for anybody that is heading down there tomorrow afternoon. But we are through here at Hastings. And Neil, the storyline, of course, in the early going was Brandon Markland, and just a masterful job on the mound by him today for Welland.
A very tidy 5-inning outing for him, and it's just like, and then the offense for the Jackfish. Once they get rolling, it's very hard to stop that offense in any given inning.
Yeah, you talked about Markland and being able to get through the 5 innings that he did. Just the 1 hit, 1 earned run, and that was just a generated run by the Guelph Royals in the 4th. Going 1 through 9 did Markland. You go into the 4th, LaRue gets on base with a single, and they just get him in. Just a couple of grounders, just simple baseball to get in there to try and develop some momentum. But you hit the nail on the head there, Neil, especially in the later stages of this game. You go into the 4th, you give up a 3 spot to make it 4-1, and then the 6th inning happens, and then the 7th inning happens, and that's pretty much all she wrote.
And then you got great defensive plays by Tyler Dupuy, and you got Mateo Porcelato out in right field just putting on a highlight reel himself out there. So, when you got things like that going your way, it's a very tough game for the opposition to try to get anything going.
A tidy performance from the Jackfish. Who was the biggest one that stuck out to you today?
I want to say Porcelato had a great day, and of course, Grayson, as far as that as well, just had a great day at the plate too. 5 RBIs in the 8th spot.
Of course, Ohashi, I think, really stuck out to me for Guelph, especially in the later stages of the game. Hits the single, hits the double, trying to get things rolling. Josh Garton, obviously, with that big home run in the 7th. But, at that stage, when you're hitting that home run, it's already a lopsided score at that point. And, it's too little too late by the end of it. So we are through here at Hastings. Final score, Welland 14, Guelph 6. They will do it all over again at Welland Stadium tomorrow afternoon. That's a 1:05 first pitch. Guelph's next home game will be next Tuesday, 7:30 first pitch, when the Brantford Red Sox come to town. For Neil, I'm Mark, saying so long from Hastings. We'll see you next time.